There we
I
go.
don't know. It's
Okay.
not looking like time for me yet. Um, oh, is the stream
All right.
live? We
Yeah,
live. The
I
viewers
think
can see us and
we are
stuff.
officially live. Yes. Hi,
Um, okay
everyone.
then. Yeah, what's up, guys? How are y'all doing on this fine? Hold on, let me check my watch. Sunday afternoon. Hope you guys are doing good. Almost evening, in fact. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. I know some of you may be suffering from withdrawals. I know that. I know that.
I certainly am.
Yeah, I know. I know. My co-host here just has been telling me about how he's just going through it. You know what I mean? No JJK chapter, very sparse Black Clover and My Hero content. You know what I mean? He's just suffering, and because he's not on Sakamoto days.
Oh my god.
Pressure him into doing it, guys. He's not really on the peak every single week like I am. But I hope that you guys, in spite of no JJK chapter, are doing all right. Hope that you guys are chilling today. But yeah, so today, in case you guys couldn't tell just from the title and no chapter, we have something a little bit interesting, a little bit different, out of the norm, special, if you want to call it that, for you guys today. We're gonna start off the stream relatively normal. We're gonna go through our brief thoughts on My Hero Academia and Black Clover, talk about the very contentious, very hotly debated poll that we put up a few days ago.
Uh
And then
huh.
we're going to go into the book club and invite a special guest on here that we'll introduce to you guys later in the stream.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we're then going to talk about JJK, less in a chapter sense as we usually do, and more of a broad, overarching thoughts on where the series is at and where the series will be going moving forward. So I
Mm-hmm.
hope you guys can stick around and hope that sounds interesting to you because I think this stream is going to be fun for multiple reasons. I got some beef. I got a bone to pick with you guys, but I think this stream is going to be fun for multiple reasons for sure.
Yeah, we
Um,
certainly got a lot to unpack here, and I think let's start from
the
least.
beginning.
Yeah, I was gonna say less to more, but that probably makes more sense because I was gonna start off with My Hero actually instead of Black Clover.
Wrong choice, but continue.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
my metric was very simple, right? They both dropped like 11 chapter bangers. Sarcasm. Look, Horikoshi did not listen to our advice last week, right? The intervention, I don't know what happened. Maybe they didn't send him the notice. But he's committing to this Toga Ururaka thing for another chapter, and based on the end, it's going for another one after that. So I simply
we
have to
getting three
ask.
or four chapters of
Yeah.
this, bro. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, I mean I did, last week admittedly I was like, all right, Horikoshi's just doing this to buy time. That's his like special move, right? He needs to
Mm-hmm.
buy a week, but he can't take a break. Toga Uraraka, right? It's like it's his whole reliable, right? He opens up
Mm-hmm.
that box, opens it up, and gets to inking, right?
Uh huh.
Now, I want to reflect on this fight, right? I want to reflect on this dynamic, just completely seriously, right? I'm gonna treat Horikoshi right at his word. I want to see like what he's all about with this, right?
Okay.
And I landed on a revelation. Okay,
Okay.
I don't think he knows what to do with Toga's character. I said it. I think he's been
This is such a bold chapter to say this on.
look
I'm not gonna
no
lie to you.
before all this, right, before the last like 2 or 3 chapters, right. Let's say the last time we saw Toga and Uraraka was what, like 30 chapters before this sequence, right?
Maybe something like that, bro.
Right.
I don't know.
To me, it just feels like I either save Toga or kill her. You know what I mean? Like Uraraka is she's only doing so much, with her fingertips here, right? And Froppy, I forgot her like actual name, so I'm just using her hero name. She's putting in
Mm-hmm.
work as like a supporting cast member for this for this fucking fight. Okay, cool. 4 minutes in. For this fight, and you know what? They are still in it, bro. I I'm ready to call it. I'm ready to wave the white flag. If Horikoshi just simply wants me to stop so he can be put out of his misery, it feels cruel to keep reading My Hero at this point.
Yeah. Very. Once again, very interesting chapter to say this on, just because I think this is like very cool for Toga's character. I like this chapter in general. It's short, but Horikoshi's chapters have been relatively short recently, anyways. So I guess I understand the sentiment, but like wrong timing maybe, because I think the chapter was dope. I'm not gonna say that I'm like moved to tears by it, right? By this backstory or anything like that.
Because we already knew her
But
backstory.
I'm not gonna say that I was moved to tears by this like backstory or anything like that. But I will say that it at least has me interested in how Ururaka is going to be able to sort of get past this roadblock between the two. Simply because Toga does bring up a good point of like, yeah, you can have all like the nice intentions that you want, but like what literally do you know about being outcasted because of your quirk? So I'm interested in seeing like, because I think the obvious like narrative is pointing to Uraraka being able to save or at least somewhat come to an understanding with Toga. But I don't really I guess I'm interested in how Horikoshi is going to bridge that gap, because I do feel like right now I can't see it in a similar way that I can't see Deku and Shigaraki really reconciling things, right? Outside of like death. And although I think it's very obvious to a lot of people, this conflict is not nearly on the level of Shigaraki versus Deku. I can't lie and say that I'm not at all interested in seeing how this goes. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the chapter. Overall, it's fine. Like I'd say like 6.5, 7 out of 10 chapter. It's just really short, which a lot of the chapters have been so far. So it's not like too much happens outside of Toga's character just being further fleshed out and kind of having those doubts re-brought to the surface, having Uraraka be confronted with them, all that different stuff, right? So fine, but not particularly spectacular or anything like that. Can't be mad at it, in all honesty, for me at least.
Look, I the chapter's execution like wasn't what I had a problem with. It really was just that the ending panel, for example, is kind of setting up for a reveal of her villain name, and it would be crazy if she got her villain name and saved in the next chapter. I hope, by the way, that it's the next chapter.
That's not happening. I don't think Horikoshi's gonna write like he doesn't write like Gege like that. I'm telling you, we're getting another 2 to 3 chapters of this conflict. But yeah, overall, I'm more interested in it than I was last chapter. And to me, with the way Horikoshi's been writing recently, and just the way I felt about Uraraka versus Toga in general, I got to say that is a W for me. Being more interested than I was last week instead of being disinterested or even less so is good. I consider that a victory. So yeah, I think My Hero chapter was pretty good.
Solid 6.
Yeah, Black Clover. I mean,
weirdly shorter chapter
Tabata,
than My Hero, so props to Tabata for like thinking it was a competition.
Yeah, Tabata has gone back to his place of origin, I guess. He's gone back to his roots. That 2 to 3 chapter hot streak was great, but not great enough. I mean, and notice, guys, I bet a lot of people weren't feeling so hot in this chapter, and guess who wasn't there? My goat, It's not a coincidence. It is simply a fact. These two things are directly causated by one another. Anyway, I said causated. That's funny.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna like rain on your parade.
Yeah, no, that's very funny. Sorry. This Black Clover chapter is just putting me at the level of thought ability as Tabata right now. But I mean, it was a fine chapter. I guess it didn't literally make me want to jump off a bridge. But it wasn't particularly interesting or entertaining. I do in part think a lot of that is due to the chapter being so short. It just all feels like a bunch of setup for some fights that I guess I'm interested in, but a lot that I'm not really so.
It was cool seeing the Black Bulls and Yami again, though. That was cool.
I'll be happy to see Yami again when he actually does some cool shit. Right now, Yami is like on bum timing for me. I need him to like, and this is someone who has Yami as like their second or third favorite character in the entire series, right? I need Yami to go ahead, bro, get up, say the thing. We know you're gonna say it anyways, right? So like, don't pretend that you're not going to. Grab your sword and say that you're about to surpass your limits right here, right now, bro. Like I'm not interested in the riffraff. I'm not interested in the bullshit, bro. But yeah, I am I think it'll pay off when Asta comes back. I will say though, that like I'm probably just a guess. I'm probably gonna get fatigued from not having Asta or in a chapter. The double whammy is just gonna hurt. But I hope we get some interesting fights with the Black
Mm.
Bulls. I guess that's all I can hope for,
I mean,
really.
I'm hoping that Yami kind of keeps the seat warm for them to like tag in. And if Tabata is building to all three of them back in the same chapter in the same space, whew. All right, let's like please.
Yeah. How much is the sword tax on Yami? You don't want to know, bro. You don't want to know. You like listen. Here's the thing. You don't want to know. It's just better if you don't. Whatever you imagined, probably double it, and that'll be about half of what the sword tax is. Black Clover chapter 5.5 out of 10. It's like fine. It's like very, very just okay. I don't hate it, but I wasn't moved. So that's how I feel about it.
What'd you give it?
5.5 out of 10.
Damn. What'd you give the My Hero one?
6.5.
I'm gonna do 5 for this one.
But yeah, so they were definitely chapters. I will say very quickly.
It was manga.
Mashle did a funny thing with this chapter. Like I did not expect that in terms of just bringing everybody back to life. I guess fucking spoilers for Mashle. Very unserious manga, but I'm not too mad about it because it doesn't take itself seriously. It's whatever. Sakamoto Days. Actually, Chad, I gotta say this. Very rare chapter where Sakamoto Days was not a 10 out of 10. This was actually only a 9 out of 10 chapter.
Yeah, I didn't know it was awful.
Yeah, I know, bro. It was solid. Like, don't get me wrong, but it unfortunately wasn't able to crack 10 out of 10 range for me. I will say that the next chapters are almost guaranteed to do that, though. But unfortunately, it can only hit a 9 out of 10 for me this week. Great, but not excellent, not perfect, not the pinnacle of fiction. So unfortunately, just very, very disappointing display for Sakamoto Days. Yeah, the 11 pages killing the mood for you. I can see how that would do that because it is a week for a very, very small amount of manga.
Yeah, and don't
in Tabata's case, it's almost a page per day of like how much you get to read.
And not only that, but for both My Hero and Black Clover to drop this and then take a break next week is so crazy. Like, you have to wonder with JJK coming back next week and then taking a break next week, if there was like a thing they all planned as like a shift of sorts. It's like, all right, I got this week, you two get it next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all I was thinking was, are they of the understanding that My Hero and Black Clover equals 1 JJK? Because I got an issue with that math.
Do you disagree?
Do you not?
Are you saying that you think like My Hero or Black Clover individually equal 1 JJK?
No, I'm saying there should be at least a third series in there to make it even.
Well, I mean, Sakamoto Days. To be honest with you though, like Sakamoto Days comes and does its job every time. Like a chapter where JJK isn't present, I can simply sustain myself off of Sakamoto Days alone. So I think Horikoshi and Tabata coming together to maybe make up that like 5% differential that Sakamoto leaves over is perfectly fine. And as for like other series, I mean, their options are limited. I mean, not only is One Piece on a break, but let's be real, One Piece can't get the job done on it like at all, even if it were here.
Don't.
So like, it's not like adding One Piece to the trio would help. So I mean, they don't really got a choice, bro. If Gege got to take a break, Gege got to take a break, and this just makes. Granted, I think I have shifted my perspective once more to thinking that Gege is just going to be another mangaka liar, and not finish the shit by the end of 2023. Because bro's taking a break like once every he'll go 2 weeks break, 2 weeks break, 2 weeks break, right? And
somebody needs to tell his manga like he still lies to himself every single time a new chapter drops. Like the guy keeps putting up like this manga's ending flags, and it's just like, well, you're not acting like it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, What can I say, bro? Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mob. I just wanted to give you a quick shout out. You said schooling on in my way today. How's it going, guys? Well, first of all, I just want to say, congratulations, bro. It must be a great feeling to be able to catch this live.
Mhm.
Round of applause to you.
Y-
But going good, bro.
Yeah, you're welcome. Is I think what BR was trying
You're
to say.
welcome. Yeah. Shibuya had more breaks. Oh, listen, bro. I wasn't reading Shibuya
Mm-hmm.
most of the time on a weekly read, so
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know. Um, I don't know why folks believed him in the first place. I'm gonna be real. I believed him because the following chapter was that angel bullshit, bro, where he covered like three different flashbacks. And not three different flashbacks, I'm lying, but it was like he covered Angel's whole backstory, right? Then he like it was just mad weird. Like following up a statement, I want to finish this by the end of the year, followed by the worst paced chapter I've ever seen from JJK was a crazy combo. And I got to be honest, bro. It made me believe him. I'm not even gonna
Damn.
lie. That Angel backstory chapter combined with the statement, I was like, bro is trying to get out of here quick. Yeah, you're good. So I will say I definitely fell for it there, bro. I definitely fell for it there. I won't lie. And Gege's writing style, to be honest, kind of lends itself to that always technically being a possibility. Um, so I mean, yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, fair enough, right? Like, hindsight 2020 and all that. But if Gege is not ending it this year, I think more happy than I am sad. So, I can't really be upset. On a side tangent, will you peep the new anime for Rurouni Kenshin? Yeah, I'm pirating the shit out of it though. Um, I mean, actually, I guess I don't know if I can say that. I was just joking, wink, wink. If anybody's listening that wants to take legal action about that, it was clearly a joke. I would only take legal actions to watch an anime of any kind. Um, but yeah. Kisuke, worst paced in the context of JJK. If you can find me a chapter that is less coherent than that Angel chapter, not in terms of like you didn't like the content, right? Maybe there are worse chapters. Maybe there are worse chapters. But in terms of like being a coherent story throughout that chapter, I struggle. As someone who revisits JJK chapters all the time, I struggle to think of one individual chapter that just has a more incoherent story
I mean,
or an incoherent chapter than that Angel one. Like, I don't think you guys remember how confusing it was to be mid Angel flashback, jump forward in time, then go back to the mid Angel flashback, then jump back forward in time, then see Megami, then see some guy about to be eaten, then see Angel save. Whatever, bro. Yeah, that Angel chapter was weird.
I don't
Weird.
disagree with you, but I do think, Gege has had some fumbles with chapters like that. Okay, for
Like I
example,
agree that he's had maybe potentially worse ones, but I'm talking purely pacing and coherency.
just confusing.
What's yeah, I mean like
Okay.
what is worse? Like Gege typically like maybe you could say some shit where he just info dumps you, but even those info dumps are just like it's just a lot of information. They're not typically presented poorly.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, I will say I'm with these chapters coming out since what Gojo got unsealed in 222.
Mm,
We've had, jeez, we've only had four. Why does it feel like? Oh, right, all the breaks. Anyway,
yeah.
it feels like the Jujutsu Kaisen list Weekly Shonen Jump era is starting to feel a little bit more real, right? With every break he takes and with every sort of chapter of the Gojo Sukuna fight, we're getting closer and closer to the finish line.
Mm.
And I'm out here wondering, right? Thinking, pondering even. Y'all are not doing good numbers. I'm so sorry. Like, bro, if this week was any indication, Black Clover and My Hero, they are not up to the task that Weekly Shonen Jump editorial might think they are. All right.
Maybe.
I hate
But
to be the
like
bearer of bad news, but like, man, it felt empty. It felt like the entire magazine took a break this week.
to be honest, like I thought about that and we've had discussions about it, like what's gonna replace it. To be like JJK can end, One Piece can end, My Hero can end, Black Clover can end, right? All that shit can end, right?
Mm-hmm.
In whatever time frame you think. And like realistically, Shonen Jump is fine for a while. Demon Slayer still is going to sell manga because the anime is going to pop. The same thing's going to be true for JJK. The same thing's going to be true for One Piece. The same thing's going to be true for My Hero. I'll hesitate on saying the same thing's going to be true for Black Clover, but I'll give it that shout too, right? And then you're going to have your Sakamoto Days. That's probably going to pop when it gets an anime, right? You're going to get your Dawn to Dawn. That's going to pop. Chainsaw Man's going to come back around with season 2. Like, realistically, Shonen Jump does not have to have another massive banger for a while. Like, there can be a period where reading weekly manga from Shonen Jump is ass, but in terms of their numbers, they're doing perfectly fine because the anime that they constantly have going through are just selling the manga, bro.
Honestly, not only are they selling the manga, they're doing it, I think, with enough series to make up for, a loss like a One Piece or, a JJK or hell, even a Haikyuu. Jeez, I forgot how to say it for like a split second.
Haikyuu.
Yeah, because God, I don't. I guess apologies in advance for using this as an example, but it's just the first one that came to mind. You remember in Super Eye Patch Wolf's like current state of Shonen Jump video, he was talking about some of the like half of the top 10 best-selling weekly Shonen Jump manga, where he called them zombies. So, Promised Neverland was up there, Haikyuu, Demon Slayer. I think even Dr. Stone. Yeah.
He's calling Haikyuu a zombie.
The zombie definition just means they've ended, like the story is over, but they're still selling like after.
Okay. Right? I was about to say, like, listen, bro, I've seen certain takes from a certain person on a certain Big 3 series. All right? I was about to have to mobilize the Haikyuu Defense Force, bro. He was about to have 1 million shippers attacking him in a fucking snap. Nah, but I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, bro. One Piece gonna sell. Hey, bro, maybe if this live action, if this live action goes crazy, maybe the manga will sell even more, right, guys?
Bro,
right?
I want to talk about that very, very, very quickly, just like 5 seconds, right? I'm genuinely looking forward to the One Piece live action. I saw the trailer, right, and I came away with it feeling 60% more excited and 40% a little nervous, right? I think before it was like it could go either way, but now I'm like confidently is crazy. I am
drinking the Kool-Aid.
I am optimistically looking forward to having good expectations, possibly.
Okay, let me ask you something, and this will determine how intelligent you are, right?
Okay.
Are you looking forward to it in earnest, or are you looking forward to it ironically?
I am looking forward to it to quell a morbid curiosity.
Way to go. Only you could take a very simple A or B option and then not answer either of them. You fail the test.
It's an art.
So yeah, just like a One Piece fan, no reading comp. I will say though, maybe that'll sell something. But like, here's the thing, bro. What does Weekly Shonen Jump care if like people are still buying the fucking magazines on a weekly basis, right? You really, I mean, the anime's gonna sell shit, bro. And it'll be fine. Manga come along. There's gonna be some cool shit in like 2 to 3 years after all these series end, and then the whole cycle will repeat. Like, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I could understand how it's feeling a little dry in the like Weekly Shonen Jump department, but
I mean, we move.
Bigger and better manga out there anyway, so I mean, as a consumer, at least you move regardless.
Yeah. I wish Weekly Shonen Jump kind of had this attitude a little bit because they keep axing or just outright not introducing enough new series to sort of like prep for this. And you gotta wonder like what the deal is with that. Unless every series is moving over to Jump Plus after One Piece and JJK end, that'd be crazy. By the way, that'd be hilarious. It'd be crazy, but it'd be hilarious. Just the death of the magazine right there and then.
Huh. Yeah, for sure. Now, moving on from those chapters in that general manga discussion, did you guys, I'm curious. I'm gonna ask everyone in chat real quick before I talk about this with Kreams. How did you guys feel about the poll for which series we should read? I'm very curious. Are you guys satisfied? You hating? I'm just genuinely curious to know.
Yeah, just reactions. Because I said the deadline for the poll was this episode, basically. So if you guys want to quickly, like, minimize us and look at the community tab, post this most recent one up there, you'll see the numbers, right? You see 839 votes, and you'll see the percentages accordingly.
Yeah. I'm curious, one, if you guys voted in the first place, and two, how you feel about it. Because I saw some comments, bro. I saw some comments, and I was like, that's an interesting critique. I'm gonna take that in stride, and I have 4 to give you back. Anyways,
Yeah.
I said that today. I'm curious on what the thoughts were. Liv,
Yes, I like that your
I
first.
know you're satisfied.
Liv, your first
I know.
chat cannot be. I am. Ooh, it's already gloating. Oh my god, we're off to a brutal start here. Okay.
First of all, she's talked in chat multiple times before. You're just a bad streamer.
How
Second of all,
dare you?
she's like, it wasn't just like the second one either. She said at least like 5 things before that.
That is simply
Anywho,
provably not true.
how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
$0, bro.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways, yeah. Testero, of course, you see, bro, Testero, you weren't locked in, bro. Just go look at what you missed out on. Just go look at what you missed out on, bro.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot to break down, but
yeah.
Okay. How do we want to do this? Do you want to start with like our expectations?
Yeah. Okay. So listen, Chet, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna tell you what I thought first. I went into this thinking, Monster is a popular series, but it's like
It's old.
niche popular.
Yeah.
No, see, no, don't put words in my mouth, because your idea was a little bit sillier than mine. All right. I thought Monster was like it was sort of a subgenre of popular. It was like seinen popular, if you know what I mean, right? You could be a very devoted, very dedicated manga fan like myself and have never read Monster, and that be normal to me, right? It's not even like, it's not Berserk in terms of seinen, and it sure as hell is not like a super mega popular shonen, right? So I was thinking Monster can go up against like Eden Zero, bro. And Eden Zero is written by like Mashima, one of the most popular mangaka fucking ever. I thought those two were gonna battle it out. I'm gonna be real, right? Noragami and Yona of the Dawn, I can't lie and say I expected them to win, but I can say that I expected Monster and Eden Zero to have a hard-fought battle, and that shit did not work, bro. See, some people are even saying they never heard of Monster. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. That's what I'm saying, bro.
I just let's I think we're starting backwards here, so I'll get to my statement about this poll. I looked at the results, right? And I had to take it in. I said to myself, and I'll say it to you, Chad. I'll say this, for the class. Who are you people? Like, seriously, like I had to do a double take when I saw Monster's lead, right? I went right into our analytics, and I had to look at the age breakdown, because I couldn't believe that 58% of damn near 900 votes were voting for Monster. I demand an explanation, chat.
Here's the thing. No, Creams, listen. Sidebar real quick, bro. Come into the kitchen or something, bro. Like, we just need to talk real quick. Okay, so listen, here's the thing, Creams. You don't really know that many anime and manga. As you've said yourself, you're very unexperienced when it comes to this demographic or this genre. Yeah, I'm saying you thinking that this series is old and shit, and like that nobody should know about it. Never mind. You know what? Never mind. Let's go back over to the stream. Anyways, so I will say this, right? I will say this. Saying that it's crazy to think it's niche popular is wild when people who listen, these are people who are nerdy enough to watch a manga podcast, bro. These ain't your regular, casual anime and manga fans, right? Everybody in here that tunes in on even a semi-regular basis is just a nerd, straight up, right? Nothing wrong with that. In fact, we appreciate it, but it's the case. The fact that there were 2 people, I think 3 people actually in here that said I'd never heard of Monster definitely reinforces my personal point that, like, it at least wasn't insane for me to think that Monster was more niche than apparently I thought it was, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It was crazy. I will say it was unexpected. It was unexpected that Monster would win. I'm not mad at Monster winning at all, bro. Like, I'm a big fan of, like, the psychological thriller, detective, Death Note, Tomodachi game, Clash of the Elite style series, right? That's my bread and butter.
Right.
I love that shit. I'm happy about it winning. I just didn't expect it to win 58% to nothing,
Yeah,
bro.
and let me make that clear on my end too, right? I'm not like mad that Monster won. I'm just shocked, right? I like Urasawa's like other work. I really liked Pluto. The ending wasn't the strongest, but I really enjoyed everything up until then, right? It was like a 9, 10 out of 10 for me there, right? For anybody curious, I gave the end like a 6.57, but that's neither here nor there, right? Otherwise, I really fuck with Urasawa's work. That being said, 58%.
Yeah, see, Monster winning wasn't even crazy. Like that's not the problem, and it's not a problem at
It's
all,
the
really.
blowout.
But it's just,
It's so
it's
big.
just a blowout, bro. I'm like nobody riding for Eden Zero. I'm so. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not lost
So
into the Eden Zero community, but I thought
let's give him a look behind the curtain, right? When we were making this poll, right? We were like going down from a larger list, you know, whittling all the choices down to these 4, right? And when we got to these 4, and we'll talk briefly about like the other series that didn't make the cut and kind of our thinking there. We were like, okay, predictions, Eden Zero, it's this, it is that series poll to lose, right? Or to win. Not only did Eden Zero not win this poll, right?
I got third, bro.
It got third place. It didn't even show up for a good or bad performance. It just existed in the waiting room. I am befuddled.
Yeah, bro. I was surprised as well, right? And that was very funny to me. Now, here's the thing, right? This is something, a sentiment I saw in chat a little bit. I think I saw Landis in here saying this was a bad poll, whatever, right? And I think I saw some other people in the comment section of the community tab poll being like, the poll's bad, the poll's bad, the poll's bad. Here's the thing, guys. Here's what you need to know. The poll is made up strictly, only of choices that you guys sent to us when I asked you. So
if you have a problem, this is on
like
you.
it's and here's the thing too, right? Some of y'all, I'm just gonna be straight up, right? Some of y'all's picks, I won't call it any names, partially because I just don't know them. I don't know which one of you guys picked some of these. Some of these picks, you just gotta think a little bit. You know what I mean? You just gotta consider who your target audience is, being us, what's gonna get voted for, and just consider if we would be willing to do it for like a continuous stream. Because some of you guys voted for like or threw a series into the ring that has like a bajillion chapters, right? Like somebody mentioned Gintama, bro. Gintama has like 700 chapters.
And they're all, and I think like the anime is like a huge part of the Gintama experience, whatever the hell that is.
And here's the thing, bro. I have no issue with long manga. I love Hajime no Ippo, right? The length of the story isn't the problem, but you just gotta understand that you're playing a game. You know what I mean? You're pushing your agenda. You know what I mean? Like, if you picked fucking the most obscure manga that only you and your best friend have heard of, that's cool, right? Throw it in the ring. But don't be mad when nobody votes for that shit, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If your agenda is a small community-based agenda, right? You can't be mad when it don't win.
And
like,
there's other stuff about this experience that we've learned, right? Namely, we have to find a balance between your suggestions, what we're willing to read, what we can realistically read,
and what will be interesting to talk about,
yeah.
bro. Because I promise you, people are going to sleep. And I'm not even saying the series is bad, right? People are going to sleep if we hop on stream every week for the next 25 years and we talk about the Tower of God chapters we read, bro. Like, I no disrespect to Tower of God. It sounds like an interesting concept, and it's something that I'll probably read sometime in the future, right? But you just have to consider what?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm left. Like it's just okay. Taking a break from Monster for just a quick second, right? Noragami placed in second was, I never would have seen that coming. Placing second. Now, I'll tell you guys chat, privately, right? I voted for Noragami. It's been on my list a little bit more than the other ones. And on one hand, I'm really happy to see that it scored second, but on the other hand, Noragami scored second.
It's just funny.
How?
See, I told Kreams, I told you people call it the One Piece of Manhwa, by the way. I told you, bro. I called it. I didn't even prompt them to. I told you.
I thought it would be Yona.
Not Noragami.
Oh.
Tower of God. Jesus, how'd you get neat? You know what?
Manhwa. Oh my god, I showed you. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I'm just like these numbers are just staring back at me.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway,
here's the thing. Well, see, the thing is too, right? If we're both gonna read the series, Kreams. Actually, no, it's actually me that messes this up. I've read too many manga that are good, right? Here's the thing. A majority of the manga I read are good because I have good taste, right? So, like, when you mention, like, Dawn to Dawn, read it. Tokyo Ghoul, read it. Like, a bunch of shit that Kreams, now, he's read Dawn to Dawn, I think, right? But a bunch of shit that he hasn't read, I've read because I'm locked in and I like good shit. And holy shit, $100.
Whoa! Oh my god! Whoa! Whoa!
Messed up my whole train of thought disappeared, bro.
God.
I saw a big red blood. I said, "What is that?" Oh, $100. That's what that is. That's what that is.
Thank you, the anime gamer, for the 100. I haven't caught a live stream in a while. Was training for a charity race and listened while I trained. Oh wow, dude! Just to catch up, Kreams. Didn't realize you were Jigsaw with the way you want to punish crime. With the way you want to punish crime.
I like it.
BR watched the Black Clover movie. Yuno's fight is the most hype, bro. He might have to. Oh my god.
Yeah, Yuno's fight the most hype? Yes, sir. Most hype fight. That's what I wanted to hear, bro. See, I was hearing there wasn't enough Yuno, but if you saying the Yuno fight is the best one, I mean, what else? What other reason do I need to watch a movie? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, appreciate the 100, bro. You always come through. And like you always come through, show your support, give us crazy donations. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, man. Hope you, I mean, first of all, hope that race went well for you, right? And second of all, just hope you continue to enjoy the stream and enjoy the podcast in general.
I'm glad you were up in the podcast and it got you through all the training. I know from personal experience how brutal running can be. BR wouldn't know. He's apparently been running his entire life, but you didn't hear that from me.
Oh no, bro. I'm a normal person. Anyways, here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. And if you guys have some brilliant suggestions, right, give them to me.
Please.
Because I've read too many good series. So, like, a lot of the shit that I would be interested in reading, right, just gets knocked off and knocked off and knocked off until we get down to a list that is just made up of some real... It's... The manga, I bet, are good, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but, like, y'all are going to make the same complaints. Because if I just put tough, hands jumper, omniscient reader, and Yona of the Dawn on the poll, y'all are gonna be mad at me because y'all don't know what any of the shit is. And so like, look, the series have to be kind of mainstream so you guys even know what you're voting on, or you're just like gambling.
And look, chat, you know, we want to get into, you know, this stuff together and really honor the spirit of book club. Hell, we even want you guys to join us, right? For maybe series you haven't checked out, right? So just because your series didn't necessarily win doesn't mean it's A, out of the running entirely, and
or
B,
garbage.
Or B, yeah.
Like,
or that you can't join us for the one that won, right? If you haven't read it either. Now, all that being said, right, I do want to stress, don't be afraid to give us a series you think we haven't read, right? Assume BR and I have not read anything outside of, like, Weekly Shonen Jump, right? Just be bold, right? Give us more than one.
Bro, here's just my manga list if you guys fucking care. Like, you can do your research, bro. I read a lot of manga.
Yeah.
You can basically bet anything you say Kreams hasn't read, right? And then you just have to kind of further whittle it down. Like, for example, I didn't see this in chat, right? But nobody recommended Witch Hat at Leader? Hello? The Witch and the Beast? Hello? Just, granted, they're smaller series too. But y'all missing some bangers, bro. Y'all missing some in-between bangers.
Yeah, there's no need for you guys to assume, to give us, like, the most obscure thing you've ever seen, just to kind of play the odds there. But there's also no reason not to give us something that is popular, like Eden Zero, right?
Yeah, well, we thought it was popular, bro. Like, we were wrong, obviously. Shit lost out to Noragami. By the way, that, like, just because something was in the poll once doesn't mean it'll never show up again. Um, if you guys want it there, we'll put it back in there. You know what I mean? We got a bunch of series and stuff like that, but for the time being, it's gonna be Monster. I don't doubt that I'll like Eden Zero. By the way, I know a lot of people are saying that I will. I also don't doubt that I'll like Monster. Like Monster is literally a genre that I enjoy,
Mm.
so I can't see myself not liking it.
Uh, that being said, I think this is a very interesting first go at this whole poll book club thing. We definitely learned a lot about you guys. I think we're gonna have fun with Monster.
Yeah,
I do have the first volume, in my collection here, so that'll be fun to break open.
yeah.
Um, and when I say break live, that's not literal. Okay, I don't go 12 rounds with all my books. Just want,
Anyways,
just wanted to get that out.
yeah. Yeah, chat, don't really worry about the rankings. I haven't updated them especially if I haven't reread the series in a while. Listen, bro, some of those are some of the scores may be egregious. Don't judge me on that. Just judge me on what series I've read or not, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about scores later. Like, yeah, I like Yu Yu Hakusho more than Hunter x Hunter, but if you just tell me to check right now, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho has a lower rating. So let me switch that so there's no confusion. But yeah, I mean, don't worry about the ratings. Just worry about the manga that I've read or haven't read.
Also, Xenolith, I'll be honest, I don't think you or Koreans will like Monster that much. I'm open to being wrong and would prefer it that way. That's just my opinion. Hey, man,
we'll see.
yeah,
We're here
we'll
to
see.
see, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's kind of the
And
point of book
also,
club, right? Because I think
yeah,
BR and I would have really taken our time getting to it ourselves. So I think forcing us to sort of get into it and see if we if we do in fact like it or not is a good way to just sort of rip open the band-aid.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I meant rip off the
Pierre
band-aid.
has AOT at a 3. Tell your friends. That's a lie, bro. You can check my annual list right now. It's at a 7. The ending, the ending just really hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Like, is that the opinion everybody else
Mm-hmm.
that likes AOT has? By the way, chat, keep me updated, bro.
So
Mikey's out to kill me. Yeah.
do you want to fill him in on the poll's future?
Yeah. Basically, with the how should I put this? July is going to be a big month, right? For the
Yes.
podcast in a lot of ways,
For
right? One of the
anime,
big
yeah.
ones being, yeah, like in anime in general, one of the big ones being JJK season 2. So what we were thinking, right? Some people have been, really asking for us to do memberships.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like a couple of people DMing me being like, when we're going to do that. So I was like, all right, let's move forward on it. So one of the big things, is like JJK episodes. We're going to do like streams for those episodes like the day that they come out, kind of like what we usually do for JJK chapters, for members to get early, and then we'll like release that video like 2 days after the fact, for
Mm-hmm.
people to watch at their own leisure or whatever. But another big thing we're gonna do is you guys were complaining about your votes not mattering so much. So, like, all I'm saying is there's a way to make your vote count a little bit, bro. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying, if you become a member, you basically get super duper voting powers.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you got an agenda to push and you're like one of the only people who want to push it, maybe that won't matter if it's like you and 20 other people voting. You know what I mean? You can,
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
lobby your
unless,
votes.
yeah.
This is America, all that stuff.
And if you feel like if you're part of those 20 and you feel like your voice isn't being heard, I think
Hmm.
you could just simply make it known.
Yeah, for sure. 100%,
Mm-hmm.
100%. But
Whoa,
yeah,
3-inch chest on God, 3-inch wide, 3-inch long.
yeah, you're
Oh,
you're a you're
wow.
dude. Guys, maybe I think Creams has CTE. Maybe we should hold off on book club for a while, bro.
Ha ha ha. Not good, bro. It's like a mortal fear of mine. It's part of the
CTE.
list. Yes.
I mean, is that like a special thing? Like, I'm pretty sure nobody wants
No.
CTE, bro.
It's like a specific thing. I can get into it with you later, since you asked. But the
No,
short,
please don't. No.
it was
Give
more
me
of
the
a
short and sweet version.
okay. The short and sweet version is when I was in like gym class in first or second grade, my gym teacher
Mm.
was trying to explain to us why, and keep in mind we were like 6 years old, why hitting your head is not a good thing.
Huh?
So, for context, right, we were all getting a little rough with everything, and she noticed and sat us all down and politely told us, "Hey guys, just so you know, bad stuff can happen to you if you hit your head." And we were like, "What?" And she was like, "Oh, well, I mean, aside from death, you know, your entire life could be uprooted. How you move, how you think, how you function." And I was like, "Oh, damn, that's terrifying." Just like that. And she was like, "Just like that." Just like that. So, you know,
Damn, bro.
that's why, you know, when I bike, I'm like, I got like a helmet with a visor on it. Like I'm keeping my eyes
Oh
protected
my
from the sun.
God.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I don't care.
Yikes.
I would
Fair
literally
enough,
wear
bro.
knee pads and arm pads if I wasn't so lazy.
No, I bet. I bet. Now you just read the name wrong and never got to the super chat, so I'm gonna get to
Right,
it.
right,
I think
yeah.
these are manga recommendations: Elfen Lied, 20th Century Boys, Kingdom, Blam or Blame, Gantz, Prison School, Terraformers. Just a few recommendations.
Let's go.
Let's see. Kingdom, I'm interested in.
Sam.
Blame, I have someone else pushing for that agenda as well, so I'll write that down too. But yeah,
Um,
all good
yeah,
recommendations. I'll put them down for the future,
yeah. I
things
heard
of
good
that
things about
nature.
Prison School, and 20th
Oh
Century
Jesus,
Boys
bro.
is on my list.
Oh man, a prison school read through would be. Never mind. Let me not. Let me not. Let me not. Let me
Oh,
not.
is
Let me
it like
not.
a
Let me not, bro.
demonetized thing or just like your opinion?
First of all, it is a demonetized thing. Well, it's a demonetized manga. I won't say necessarily how we cover it will be, but it's like I just don't want to shit on a pick that somebody donated for, bro. I
Ah, I see, I
appreciate
see, I
it.
see, I see.
You know, I appreciate the pick. I appreciate the pick and the super chat. Thank you, thank you. I've
Mm,
already read Gaunt's though, so I'm not gonna put that on the list.
I have not. Yeah, I'll
Um,
probably read that privately at some point.
yeah. Oh, that'll be something, bro. Make sure you are well within your right mind. Like you cannot be off in any way, or you will lose it. And anyways, don't worry about that. Um,
Yeah.
make sure you're in a padded cell. I think that'll be best for your mental health.
Oh my god.
But
Agreed.
yeah, you know, we speaking of book club, we've been talking about it for a little bit. It is time to actually wrap up this round of the Honor Ruins Book Club with a
Mm-hmm.
Hell's Paradise discussion. And with us here, we're now going to introduce our guest, or at least we're going to give him a little bit to get in here.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, I kind of wanted to talk to Creams about his Hell's Paradise thoughts one on one, and then we'll bring Diavolo in here
Yep.
and talk to him about the series and things of that nature. So let's move over VCs real quick,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can start talking.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And we are back. Like no time has passed.
Yep, yep, yep. But yeah, so that okay. You finish Hell's Paradise, bro.
I finished Hell's
What are you
Paradise.
thinking?
Yep. You're gonna have to narrow down that question a little bit. I'll see.
No, bro. General questions first. What you thinking? I want what comes to your mind first to kind of paint your interpretation or like how I feel you felt about the series. So, what were
Uh,
your thoughts? You know, you finished Hell's Paradise, right?
yep.
What was going through that head of yours?
Honestly, solid, really good. I think if the ending was anything but this ending, I would have hated it. Like, here's the
Fair enough.
so let me break it down a little bit, right? I was vibing with the story, right? I had like an 8 out of 9 every single volume I was reading, right? I was rocking with it from basically beginning, middle, but I was really uncertain about the end, and there was a very simple
Hmm.
explanation for that, right? I was concerned that the sort of dark tone of the series would permeate in the end as a sort of, hey guys, just so you know, this is a dark series, with the gore and stuff. So the type of ending that, we've been trying to work for here, it's not happening, right? Trying to avoid spoilers here myself.
Hmm.
And the fact that it landed the plane in the way that I was hoping it would, in a way that I was like nervous about it doing, God, was I happy, man. I was so happy. I almost came to tears. I was so happy.
Okay. Okay.
So,
It's okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I got Hell's Paradise, honestly. Whew, this is kind of crazy. This is going to be so fucking crazy. I have it slightly above Chainsaw Man.
Fair enough. Can't be mad at that.
Damn, I thought I'd get a lot more pushback. Look at me, bro. Must have got at
mean,
in the title. Just yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. We'll get him in here too, because I think now you've given your general thoughts. I want to kind of run down some specific things. For everybody that is an anime only and would like to remain spoiler free, we are jumping into Hell's Paradise discussions that indeed will get to spoilers. So for all the Hell's Paradise manga fans or people that just don't care about spoilers, stick around. But for all the people that are very anime only, not picking up the manga till season 1 ends or whatever, just want to let you know that in a little bit, like in a couple of seconds, I mean, we will be picking up.
Are you vamping?
We will be. Wait, what?
You...
Anyways, we will be ready to talk about spoilers. I'm just trying to give people time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, King KT, thank you for the 5. I recommend JJK. I think you guys would really like it. Yeah, true. I've heard good things.
Yeah,
about
bro.
it.
I've heard like it's a pretty niche series, but yeah, I think we'd fuck with it.
Yeah. I don't think you can make an entire podcast out of it, but we'll see.
Not really. Now here with us to talk about Hell's Paradise, we have our special guest Diavolo. You wanna say what's up to the audience real quick, bro?
Yo, what up, everyone? How we doing? Thank you for having me on the Honored Ones podcast. It's I feel honored.
Yeah, bro. Nice way to work that in.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah, no, you are welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anytime, dude. I need it.
Yeah, bro. I know. It's I had to decide. I was like, you know what? Diavolo looks like he's in need right now, bro. I gotta give him an Honored One spot.
Struggling, bro. There's nothing out at the moment for me to talk about. It's crazy.
I mean, am I saying that like our generosity was ripped off by Oprah? Of course I am. Everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
But am I saying we're gonna stop?
Everyone in chat gets a car from Kreams.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm not Jesus, but let's dial it back a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, so we were just kind of talking about Hell's Paradise in general, and I kind of wanted to talk about certain things. So this will be kind of an open question or open discussion, I guess, with me kind of talking about certain aspects of it. But how do you guys feel about Gabimaru as a protagonist by the end of the series? Kreams, I kind of want to hear your answer real quick, and then Diavolo, you can go in after.
So Gabimaru God, no pressure, right? So Gabimaru and Sagiri are basically neck and neck for my favorite character, and I want to say he is a great protagonist, though. Okay, he is less explored than other dark trio protagonists like Yuji and Denji, but this is not a detriment. More so that what you need to get from Gabimaru, you get, right? So his motivation with his wife, his goals, him learning Tao, all this shit, it is given as much time as needed, and it is very satisfying and makes for an excellent character, right? I kind of wonder about a post Hell's Paradise Gabimaru a little bit, right? Like kind of where
there exists a one shot for that, by the way.
And I
was about to say it does. Yeah.
I will be checking that out after stream. Thank you guys.
Okay.
But yeah, I say that to mean like, who is this guy outside of being this sort of not banished, but what's the word? Doomed for excision. God.
We get you destined to die. Some
who is
some variation of that sentiment.
Who is this guy when he's not, in the
murderous killer?
Not only that, but like when he's not on the island, when he's not fighting to get back to his wife. Who is Gabimaru, the normal guy, right? That he's been trying to get to this entire series. And I think if I have an answer to that, or once I have an answer to that, then I'll have like a more three-dimensional look at him. But for now, he's like a 9 out of 10 protagonist.
Okay. Do you think that stacks up to characters like Denji and Yuji, or are they that 10 out of 10, like one step beyond them that you were looking for with his character?
I want to say that Yuji is a little bit more of a 10 out of 10. For me, the problem with Denji is that he's still like kind of in the middle of his development as far as he was at a negative, right? Not at 0. So that's kind of the problem with Denji. So for him, it was like, okay, I want to, I don't know, eat something that isn't toast with jam on it, to where he's at right now in the manga. And I don't know if I can say that while still being monetized, but y'all know. So for me, I'm like, okay, I need to see this guy evolve a little bit more. He's, this recent chapter, for example, he's got a lot of growing up that he still needs to do.
Okay.
So yeah. So for Gabimaru, I feel like he's definitely, I think he might be my personal favorite, asterisk depending on the one shot, and also depending on how Yuji's thing turns out.
Okay.
But I have him above Denji, at least.
Okay. Divola, how do you feel about Gabimaru's character? Like, how I know you recently going through all of your videos on it, so I'm sure you're pretty refreshed on Hell's Paradise as a whole. But so I'm kind of curious what you think about Gabimaru.
I honestly think Gabimaru just has like a great character arc in general, and out of like the Dark Trio, just because Yuji hasn't finished his and neither is Denji, like, I don't know what's going on. I'm only up to like maybe 110, I think, with Chainsaw Man at the moment, so like I'm a little bit behind on that. But like Yuji's still going through some stuff. He's kind of getting towards the end of it. He's kind of understanding himself and everything. But by the end of Hell's Paradise, Gabi fully understands himself. Like, he knows who he is. He's a completely changed man from like at the beginning, where he's almost like reverting back into how he used to be, because he doesn't like know what to do in that like scenario. Like, he's trying to find out like what his feelings are and like all of these specific things that are happening to him. And by the end of the series, he's like fully conquered that, and he's happy with it. And it goes like, the whole series in general is all about just like being happy with like who you are in general. Like, that's like an underlying thing with the series. And I don't know, I fuck with that whole aspect of it. Like, it's a really good series, and I think Gabimaru just embodies that. Like, his character goes from someone who is skitzing out, like in like the first episode or first chapter, he's skitzed as, and even when he first gets to the island, like, it's this constant battle between himself of like PTSD, and you see it in his like flashbacks with his wife, where he's like contemplating stuff, and these meals that he has throughout, like especially the meals on like how I think that pushed how ruthless his childhood actually was, and how much he's growing. Yeah. Like, they can't even taste the food that they're eating, but they're trying to like enjoy life and move forward as people and everything. And it's just like, I think that just goes to show that like, he's trying to change, but he doesn't know how to. And then by the end of the story, he has, like, changed into this new person. He's, finally accepted himself. That's what I was looking for. Accepted himself for who he is. And like, that's the whole idea behind it. And then like, especially in the one shot's like a great little add-on as well.
For sure.
So,
I definitely do think it punctuates his character very nicely.
Actually, Vol, it's funny you bring up that chestnut moment, because that was also a huge moment for me in my Gabimaru rankings, and it was also just kind of a passively funny thing, because it didn't click with me that she was also pretending, Yui.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh wait, she's been through because she looks, like,
all right.
Yeah, and she looks more frail, I guess, than he does. And I think the description of women for the village was a little bit misleading at the beginning, just because with what's her name, the crazy ninja lady.
Shiba.
Shiba. She was just like a full blown shinobi at that point, or whatever they're called. So
she was cracked out from day one.
Yeah, no, 100%, right? So I was like, oh wait, so they do know like how to like fight. They go through the training. They just like, it's not their main thing. It's not their main thing.
She was his 8th daughter as well, which is like, how many daughters didn't survive? Like, and I think that was like expanded on with Shija's character arc, where it went over that I think she had 5 or 6 different brothers and they all died. So it's like each woman in Iwagakure was made to have as many children as possible, and that was the first thing that was told to Yui by like her father when she met Gabi and everything. And you see like the other woman around the village in that like one flashback as well, and they all just look so beat up and hurt, and I just I felt so bad. I was like, this village is messed up. Like, when I first read that part, I was like, this is such a shitty life that they've lived.
But, 100%.
I really, really liked Hell's Paradise. Also, great series, and I'm happy with how it ended as well.
Me
Just,
too.
like,
Let's
there's
go.
One thing, like the only thing I gotta say is Chobe. Like Chobe probably shouldn't have survived because he was like a good pass on for his brother. But the fact that he does come back, I kind of like because like it's Chobe. He's a cool.
Actually,
cool
It's
dude.
nice. The story could have
that's-
done well with ending his character arc there.
Mm.
I don't think it's necessary one way or another. Like I'm not bothered by his survival, but I do agree
No.
that like if there was like some small criticisms, yeah, maybe Chobe could have died for the sake of his brother there.
It's actually wait.
and moved on.
Yeah,
are we into spoiler territory?
Yeah,
Oh,
I already
okay.
gave the spoiler warning.
Cool. I want to answer the spoiler version of your question from earlier, BR, about the ending. Okay. Dude, I was so happy that Gabimaru's wife was real. Oh my god.
Bro,
Dude, when I tell you I was nervous about that since they brought it up, and I was like, okay, I'm ready for Gabimaru to die, his wife being fake, the Shogunite being like a more like when I tell you I was prepared for the worst possible outcome. And then especially after, I think I told you my favorite character, I didn't know his name at the time, but it was Chika. And I was like, and that whole thing with Jika being soulless, and I was like, oh, bro, it's over. It's Jover, right? Like we had a good run, but Hell's Paradise is shaping up for something brutal, right?
Bro.
And the
Jika when he was like,
Yep.
well, you might as well kill Sagiri and
Yep.
the others
Yeah.
while you're at it.
Dude.
It's just like, what, bro? Like, calm down.
literally, bro. And when I get to that last page, I'm like, oh my god, they survived. Oh my god, bro. And Gabimaru was sleeping, and they joined Yui for tea. I almost fell to the floor. I was so happy. I think that relief was not something I was expecting to have as a reaction, but I had to reread it just for the initial shock to wear off, and I was like, oh my god, I love this, and I almost teared up that second time, just from like
bro,
yeah, joy.
100%
Yeah.
did when like my throat when I got to the part where he finally sees his wife at the top of the stairs. I was like, hell
Yep.
yeah! And
Oh,
like even
God.
when Gentetsu got pardoned, I was like, yes, let's go, like big G, mate.
Like the
And,
pardon thing, bro, I was
all
expecting
of
the
it,
Shogun to like go back on that, like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah.
These motherfuckers
I love
made
how they
them,
turn the
like,
Iwagakure chief into a tree,
Tree.
bro, and then they yeah.
And then they said, yeah, technically he's immortal. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah.
Bro,
we did
speaking
what we asked.
Jika playing that off was so good. Like he played his hairstyle and everything. Like he changed from this like maniac to like looking like he's perfectly groomed and like he's goody two shoes. Jika, it was too good.
that Ikawaro chief has to be the biggest fraud in this entire series, man. For a guy who's like the head of like this really powerful ninja military village thing, they got his head off real easy. Bro got off-screened by the Shogunite's forces.
Good point, actually.
Because I was like, wait,
They said the chief was the strongest person
yeah.
in the village, even stronger than Gabimaru.
And I was-
is what they said.
and not only that, I was expecting like, he's still got forces and reserves there that are probably on average stronger than like the Shogun's army. Now, and I was expecting like a mini civil war type shit to break out for them to defend their chief, but nah, bro, they did not put up. Like they just arrested him. Like
Gabimaru said it himself in the beginning of the story. Like individual strength, at least like prior to Tao, is just not enough to overcome numbers. Like to put in perspective, Gabimaru got jumped and bodied by like 20 regular shinobi. Right?
Yeah.
If being individually strong was enough to like overcome armies and shit like that, Gabimaru would have been fine.
Yeah.
He would have just fucking grabbed Yui and dipped.
Yep.
And I think that's why like he could survive at the end of the story as well. You know what I mean? Because like technically he wasn't actually that well. Like the name was well known, but like himself wasn't. Like unlike Gentetsu Sai, who was actually well known for being
this massive. First of all, you're not hiding him physically, and then he's just like well known,
and he's got too many distinguishing characteristics. And now with the hand and the eye pattern, now he's too identifiable.
Yeah. You've seen this man, and it's just like
I do like his ending though.
I think I have.
It's sweet. Sucks that the guy died. The yellow haired. Yeah.
Oh, Fuji. Yeah. Fuji
was
it was a good death though. Like
So I have
death and Tensen's death were like the two good. Like I don't know if Yuki just wanted to bring back Ururaka or something because he liked her a lot.
Yuzuriha
I
felt
thought
like,
she died.
Yeah, same. She seems fine too. Like.
Yeah, she just came back. She was like, "Yeah, so like I just needed to take a nap. I was really tired. You know what I mean?
Legit.
I needed a Snickers."
I mean, we ninja like when we need when we feel tired, we just kind of assume it's death. Like sleep is the second, I guess.
Yeah,
don't
for sure.
sleep.
Yeah, but so I have two questions. The one being one specifically, it screams you told me about how you felt about Tao's a power system.
Hmm.
Do you still maintain that you liked it more than Nen?
No, that was mostly for the bit of the what's it called, Buchujutsu or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Botchujutsu.
Yeah, I just thought it was
hell
really
yeah.
funny.
Interesting. How do you feel about the power system now in general?
I think good. It's a solid 7 out of 10 power system. I really like it.
Mm.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Now, my second question, and I will leave you guys with this while I use the bathroom really quickly, because I feel like this can be a pretty big discussion in and of
Mhm.
itself, right? I'm sure you guys like the side characters. I'm sure you guys, you've mentioned like Gabimaru. But one of the weaknesses I've personally picked up in the story is its antagonist. So I'm kind of curious how
Ooh.
you guys
Mm.
feel about the antagonistic forces, because outside of a very few key players, I feel like Hell's Paradise falls short of its massive potential because the antagonists are just kinda flat at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
get. I see
Yeah.
where you're coming from there.
Uh,
I feel it at some points with the fact that they get taken care of so easily. Like,
I mean, I agree. I think my personal rankings would probably be what's his name, Shugen, as like he felt like a bigger threat than the Tensen at times because
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
just felt like invincible, especially when he was fighting Rin and she was like,
and all the Tensen are afraid of him as well.
yeah, like
just-
she was like, oh wait, what the, he can change his Tao, and then she was like, wait, I don't have time
yeah,
to be
yeah,
impressed
yeah.
by this, like, and it was like, wait, hold on, I want, just give me a second to be impressed with this. What is going on? This guy just feels like he just uprooted your entire power system, and we're not talking about it, and he also sipped from the elixir. Like what's happening here?
Yeah, I know. Spits it out. Is big chillin'. I think it goes back to like the Gabimaru thing. They say like Gabimaru pretty much did that as well with like pricking himself with the thing. But yeah, Shugen's just different. Like his whole character in general. I liked Shugen. He was just like a meme to me in general. Just like how broken he was. He would
was
show
so
up and just
broken.
like murk someone, and I'm just like, holy, this dude needs to calm down. And then I didn't like Kiyomaru or Isuzu that much. Those are two characters that I didn't
Remind
really
me?
like, and they just didn't really do much. You know what I mean? They just died kind of towards the end of the battle, and that was about it. Just made Shugen look strong, in my opinion. But yeah,
Wait, who are they again?
Kiyomaru's the little short dude who doesn't have a rank, and he comes in on the vessel with
the little
Shogun in
boy.
that, and then Isuzu's the chick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
that was a weird that was a weird death, right? Because he just got crushed
Bro,
by
I
a
like
pillar.
their deaths
Yeah.
though. That's what I like, because like they just get the worst deaths. Like bits of wood go flying everywhere, and then we come back to and Kiyomaru's dead, crushed by a bit of wood.
Yeah.
And like Isuzu's freaking out. She's like, "No, what's going
Like,
on?"
I
Freaking Rin takes control of her body and just crushes her. It's like she's never done this to anyone else at any other point, which I thought was a bit whack. Like why she didn't do that to other people. But I guess you needed to have that weakness or something happen within you so that she could like pounce on it and take control of your body if you were the same affinity as them. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was like
I mean,
a few things, but
I would say that like they were definitely like weaker in that, like, bro, first of all, they were just meat riders to the fullest extent. They would not let
holy,
like, dude, I'm surprised Shugen was able to like do anything with the extra weight on his meat. Like I was so
yeah,
Jesus, man. Like, but putting that aside, right? The guy himself is simultaneously really reprehensible, really like comically strong, and really stupid. Like
yeah, he's so dumb.
he's so dumb. And he's some like, you'd almost wonder if he's as naive or whatever he is as he is because he's been so strong for the longest time, or if it's just how he is, because man, he felt like a bigger villain, especially after they revealed like the full extent of his backstory with that mobster's family.
I know.
Insane.
He's literally Anakin, bro.
That's your version of Batman.
I was
Kreams.
thinking of it too. I hoped if I didn't mention it, you wouldn't catch on, but I
Man,
guess.
I mean, it is,
But-
bro. Like you calling him dumb. I'm like, wait a second. That's who you would want to be for Gotham. You're insane.
Bro, we
I-
got off track and we started talking about how bad Kiromaru and Isuzu were. Just like out of everything, I feel like they're the worst, bro. Like they just mean nothing to the story and shit. They're just these randoms.
Yeah.
Kiromaru, I don't like Kiromaru. I think the only thing he serves good for is when he tells that dude on the boat and he's like, he tells him to kill himself or something. So the dude literally drives the sword through his neck. It's like, yo, bro, what?
Insane.
He's like, yeah, we listen to orders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just shows you how
orders,
dehumanized the ninja were.
Yeah.
But also, they were,
that guy
you'll be
there
leader
was
now,
strong
guy.
enough.
Yeah.
That guy there was strong enough as well to also be on par with Shija, if not stronger than like her and Gabby. But he works better from like behind the scenes or some shit. I read some like extra bit about him in the extra volume or whatever they put out.
Yeah. Cortez Santana brings up a pretty good point. The antagonists don't really have any sort of like very personal, visceral connection to our characters. So their conflict feels more like just a necessity rather than like something that feels like a real brawl. Or like they brought up like, you know, Yuji Maito, Yuji Sukuna. It's like there is no personal, like Gabimaru doesn't care about the Tensen.
Yeah, he just cares
outside
about
of like he cares about the elixir. He doesn't want the world to be turned into flowers, right? Like that's the thing. But I think, so I'm gonna be real. I think maybe sort of the only drawback of Hell's Paradise and like Yuji Kaku's writing style is because he spends so much time with the characters in the supporting cast in general. The antagonists get a relatively small amount of screen time in an already pretty short story and just suffer from characterization problems because of that. All of their backstory, it kind of has like the Demon Slayer effect where like they only have backstories or like narratives as they're dying. So it's kind of like, hey, bro, you're dead. I don't care about you and your twin like being sad. Like maybe this would have hit a couple of, you know,
if we went through an arc where it was all about how Rien fucked them up mentally, you know what I mean? And how they were all like cool kids together and they were hanging out and like now Dalfa is being made to have sex with Jufa and she finds it hella weird, you know what I mean? Like all this weird manipulative stuff. That could have made it so much better for the Tensen. So I already felt bad for them that they were getting like especially when I learned it towards the end even worse, that they were getting like controlled by Rien, like made to do all like this.
It could have been a very
And
nice
then-
parallel to see like the Shinobi clan manipulate Gabimaru and him break free, but like the Tensen be manipulated in the same way, but unfortunately they never had that person, that Sagiri, to like kind of force like jolt them out of it. It would have been a very nice dynamic, but it just doesn't feel very personal.
Like the reveal of Ren's motivation with like her husband and doing all this, it felt a little like
Hollow. No pun intended.
No, like hollow partially, but also it felt like trying to force this this sort of foil or this parallel with Gabimaru that I think only worked in service of the final quote unquote death, where after, you know, putting the hole in Sagiri and about to kill like Gabimaru, like that exchange felt like why that was the motivation more than anything. I will say the most.
I felt like that was random as well. I felt like the first where Sagiri slices her, and I think it's Sagiri. No. Yeah. Sagiri slices her after Shugen cuts Jofuku in half. I feel like that there was good.
Like I think.
And then her coming back for that second like, and then like getting like her character arc done right at the end. There it was like, nah, it just didn't work. It needed to be done maybe the other way around or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how it felt to me.
For me, it was off. Like maybe the flatness of the ending was offset by just the satisfaction of seeing Gabimaru get back to his wife, which, you know, I think Yuji Kaku did a good job of just establishing that was like the main thing and kind of reinforcing it. Because I think without that sort of like guiding light, I might have paid too much attention to the Tensen. Because for Gabimaru, right, it wasn't about defeating them. It was an afterthought, you know, not like obviously he wants to survive to see his wife, but like that was still, you know, his North Star during the entire story. So I kind of piggybacked off that, which is why the Tensen story wasn't like something I was personally putting a lot of stock in. That being said, there was one Tensen that did sort of like get a reaction out of me that was like, wait, this guy's kind of cool. It was the guy with the book. I forgot his name off the top of my head.
Oh, Goofa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah,
surviving at the end.
Goofa's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that
Him
was
with May, like
yeah.
they're in the future.
He actually
the future
has,
and in
like,
the present.
doing a Zoom call. Yeah.
Personality of some sorts. Like he's trying to understand human emotion, but can't seem to understand it. Like what May, I guess, went through or probably went through with like Hoko or some shit. Yeah, no, I liked Goofa as well.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys got this about the ending with everybody's stories. Just you know that like thing where he was going by through each character, each pairing, and there was just like a short blurb at the bottom, just kind of giving like a summary of what they're doing and where they're at. And I read all of them and I was like, okay, bro, unless you're giving me 4 or 5 different spin-offs, because all of these are crazy premises for like individual series. Like like whoa. Okay, like the one with Shion and what's her name? Nuragiri?
Nurugai,
right? I was reading that and I was like, oh, bro just like gave me an elevator pitch for a traveling blind swordsman and his daughter
figure.
yeah,
daughter.
right?
Yeah.
And then just fucked off. I was like, wait, bro, bring that to your editor.
Golden Age spy
Yeah,
family.
like
Like,
literally like this you can get at least 50 chapters out of this one. Like you could do it too. This is a nice little story.
and Tetsusai,
Yeah.
like, training the young dude just like he did or some shit. You know,
And then
like, so many good.
Chobe and his brother's story, like that's
Oh,
a political thriller, my guy.
Yeah.
They run Hong Kong, man. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can see that.
Like the only person who didn't have like a sequel worthy ending was Gabimaru and maybe Sagiri, right? But like the rest of them, it felt like
No, Sagiri had one, bro, if you know what I mean. I want the Sagiri R18 spin-off with Ururaka, bro. Like, she's like, did you read that line in the last? I didn't get it beforehand, and then like on the last chapter, it all made sense where Ururaka was like, "I'll be your bodyguard that secretly loves you." I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh shit! Then she does like all the
or
like,
she
secret
was
lines
just
and stuff.
like being flirty, like because that's also in her character. Right?
Nah, it's after noticing that, and then you go to the Reddit, bro. There's so many moments where she's just looking at her ass
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah, I guess that went over.
Yeah.
so
And,
again,
like, even in the
Tetsu's
anime,
style
they
shit.
do it.
Mhm.
In the anime, they made Senta look at Yuzuriha's ass while Yuzuriha looks at Sagiri's ass. It's just like the funniest parallel, like as they're all walking.
Yeah. I will say though that like, oh listen, bro, you said you watching the Gentetsu Sai massage parlor arc, bro?
No,
You
I
watching that?
bro, I'm just like impressed with the Yujikaku to do that with a character like that because I was like, all right, this guy's like the Kenpachi of this story, and by the end he was just like, no, I'm not.
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Like, yeah, it's
Bro, so-
crazy.
Bro, I saw Jika like behead a kaiju in his underwear and was like, you know what? That's not for me. That's not for me.
Bro, how cool was Jika though?
Yep. Oh my god, dude. Jika did live up to my expectations, right? He has earned that title of like my favorite non-Gabimaru Sagiri character because the guy is just raw, but he's also really calculating, but he's also weirdly like good about keeping his promises because I don't know about you guys, but after that whole like no soul thing and that conversation with Chobe and God, I keep forgetting his brother's name. I'm so sorry, guys.
Toma.
Toma, thank you.
So I'll fill you in on the names, dude.
Yeah.
I've said them a million times. I remember
Appreciate
every name.
When he was like, you know, kill him to Chose and Toma about the others, I was like, wait, I'm expecting a betrayal, but no, he just kept his promise.
He just gives Shinsui vibes to me. Like to me, like that competent, lazy, like kind of ambitious, but like doesn't really want to do the shit to get their role. Like Shinsui ending up as captain commander, Jika ending up as like the #1 assignment. I was like, I see a lot of parallels or inspiration that Yuji Kaki could have taken from Kubo with Shinsui's character. They're pretty similar in my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all right, question for both of you guys then. Overall rating of the story out of 10, and then just because, you know, for fun, shits and giggles, if you will, what would you say you rate, like, how would you say you rank the like Dark Trio or Hell's Paradise, JJK, and Chainsaw Man? Like, what would you say that order is for you? So Cream's number score first, and then what's your ranking of the three?
Solid 8.5 out of 10. Really, really enjoyed it. I wish the villains had a little bit more spice. I think there's definitely a lot of potential for Yuji Kaku to pick this back up. To be honest with you, there seems like a million different directions he could take the story. Honestly, I feel like if he didn't want to extend into spin-offs with all these different characters, he can get a solid, like, additional 150 chapters from just checking in on everybody and, you know, what they're doing and how they're doing it. And then this also includes, by the way, the end with reading Tensen, the professor guy, and the sort of like revisiting plot of, you know, hey, it's been 1,000 years, the other Tensen have resprouted, Mei's there, but there's no Gabimaru, there's no, you know, Shogun, etc. So kind of a Hell's Paradise 1,000-year later thing. Like there's so much story potential that I think if Yuji Kaku were to ever be like, all right, light novel or manga part 2, sort of like what Fujimoto did, I'd say it might even be a 10, right, depending on that execution. But as of right now, right, just what we got, 8.5 seems like more than fair. If this ending where it is, and maybe it might change with the epilogue manga that you guys told me about, I think I'm basically satisfied. Sucks to see to leave the characters, but I really enjoyed my time with them.
Yeah.
Now,
for sure.
As for
I'm opposite.
Sorry,
I'll let you.
I just want to finish
continue.
the ranking. So as for the Dark Trio rankings, JJK is my number 1, then probably this, then Chainsaw Man.
Okay. Fair.
I've got to stop. Like, I don't even know where Creams. What has Creams smoked? What kind of drugs has he touched?
Oh damn, bro.
Okay,
you disagree that hard.
I don't know what he's. 150 extra chapters, Creams. No.
Yeah, listen, I agree, bro. I'm saying like Hell's Paradise is good because it stopped right here.
It stopped. It finished. Yeah, that's what I think. And we got everything. Like all the. I think someone said it in chat. Just some annoying pan. He said perfectly. Where each of the characters things felt like a story blow off, or like they could start their own story from that point of view.
Yeah,
it was their own story, and that was like how the characters ended and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like.
I mentioned that earlier as well. I just more meant it like if he didn't want to do a spin-off, right? Like there is enough potential there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Diavola, what's your number rating for Hell's Paradise, and then
8 out of 10.
Okay.
For Hell's Paradise for me. I think a little bit more with the bad guys, you know, if we had the antags a little bit more souped up, the backstory would have been nice. But I think the world building was just freaking fantastic, and sticking with like the main characters and the main characters' crew was fleshed out really well. Overall, with in regards to, I'm just gonna do Chainsaw Man Part 1 because then that's like easy, you know, and easy enough. That's number 1, Chainsaw Man Part 1, just 10 out of 10 right there. Then we got good old I'm probably gonna have to stick Hell's Paradise here because it's completed, and then Jujutsu Kaisen in the third spot.
JJK is like the worst one. Interesting.
Bro, but this is like hard for me to say. Like that is so like rough because all 3 of them are just like extremely closely ranked. But
I feel that.
Hell's Paradise is finished.
Yeah, all good series.
Wait, what about you, Bjorn?
No spoilers video. But yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. Listen, you're trying to get me to spoil content out here, bro. That's crazy.
Bro.
Crazy hating.
Even your number score?
Sure, and then upload it on his own channel.
No, because the number score gives something away too.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy.
Damn, bro. Listen, I'll let you know. I like it out of 10. There you go. Real conclusive. But yeah, Hell's Paradise is barely coherent. Is a interesting sentence.
While BR goes to bat on that point, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So, bless you. Yeah. What about Chainsaw Man? I'm curious, just real quick before Creams gets here. What about Chainsaw Man did it for you more than Hell's Paradise?
I don't know. I just think the manipulation in Chainsaw Man, I really fuck with it. I like big reveals and stuff, like where everything's like, oh, and you're like, oh, and then like Chainsaw Man's reveal where you're in like everything after the International Assassins arc, and from that point onwards is just like 10 out of 10 writing when it comes to like paying off things that we learned throughout the first 40 chapters. And to me, I would just that part of the story is unbeatable. And then he eats Makima. Like that's how he ends it. Like that. Like I never ever saw that. I know that's how you learn that's how he gets rid of them. But I never ever expected like him to like just dish her up in some katsu rice or something. You know what I mean? Like, it was wild. Like it's gonna stick with me for years. That
I will say, Hell's Paradise, or not Hell's Paradise. Sorry, Chainsaw Man does have the benefit of like really being surprising at just about every turn in the story. So yeah.
And I think I'm a fiend for Tatsuki as well. Like I really like most of Tatsuki Fujimoto's work, and
yeah, bro, it's to the point like where I'm like, I think some of my favorite shit from him doesn't even come from like Chainsaw Man. Like I'm a huge fan of his one shots. Honestly, like I think you could even exclude his work from Chainsaw Man and still have a pretty decent argument for him being like one of the best authors publishing in manga right now. Like I like his one shots that much. So
I bought before Chainsaw Man not too long ago, and I'm still yet to read it. And I started buying Fire Punch as well because I'm just like that keen to have that manga, but it's so hard to find here in New Zealand. There's just like no stores that have it. Found volume 1. I was like, yes.
Yeah. There's some annoying red panda. If you're trying to look for like better scans, you might want to read on Manga Pill, but you didn't hear that from me, all right?
Definitely didn't hear that from you.
Yeah, and this wasn't typed by me either. That was an accident. I accidentally sent that. It was just a random assortment of letters. You didn't see that from me. But yeah. Fair. Definitely all very closely rated in my mind. Very tough decision. Did you have Chainsaw Man Part 1 10 out of 10, right? Is what you said?
Yeah. Nice. Someone called me crazy for that, and I'm like, nah, you're crazy for not giving it a 10 out of 10.
Chainsaw Man's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good.
It falls off a little bit with Part 2, like at the moment, and like I'd give it like an 8.59 at the moment, but that's because I don't really understand where he's going or anything right now. So
for sure. Yeah, I definitely think he's taking a slower approach with Part 2, which I can respect. I just think people, and fairly so, right? I think people, read Part 1, came into Part 2, and were like, I need the same bombastic bullshit. And, Fujimoto doesn't.
Straight away.
Yeah, Fujimoto seems to be going for like a completely different storytelling style here.
And he does that quite often. Like most of his stories are not the same. You know what I mean? Like none of them are the same.
Yeah, Fujimoto can get ridiculous when it comes to like his story ideas and then his execution of them. Like some of his one shots, like his early on ones, you're just like, man, this motherfucker he literally had an intrusive thought and put it to paper. That's the type of writer he is, bro.
Made 200 pages out of it.
Yeah, bro. So, what if I just had a building explode? All right, I got something for that.
Yeah, what's it called again? That Airy or some shit? I can't remember.
Yeah, Goodbye Airy.
Goodbye Airy, yeah.
Very, very good. Very, very good.
Film on paper that. It was just
good. Fujimoto's style was very cinematic, so I really do like his art style. I just the way he decides to draw shit, and I fuck with it a lot. But yeah.
All right, so speaking of Gege, I know you guys didn't, but I was originally going to stick to the bit, but then I realized, do I want to do the back and forth of BR condescendingly trying to break down my joke so I don't get the fun out of it that I want to? No, I don't.
Oh, got it. So I've broken you to the point where you do it yourself. Sick.
Yeah, bro. I gotta figure out how to recover. Yeah, I'm not the same anymore, Diavolo. You know what this guy has done to me these last 63 episodes?
Yeah. It took 62 episodes, but you broke him. You got there.
Yeah, finally. Jesus, man. I've been waiting forever for this guy's psyche to just snap.
We're gonna make sure. What do you think of Ghetto Creams?
Oh, Jesus.
You better say racist. I think there's the only option.
I think there's a
hesitation. We already know what he thinks. We know what type of time he's on.
I mean, I think Kenjaku's better.
Ghetto apologist, ghetto apologist, ghetto apologist. Nah, but now speaking of JJK,
Yes.
and then there you go. Kreams,
Yeah.
proceed from there.
Yeah.
Take the lead.
So, as you all know, the story that this podcast seems to have modeled itself after following Jujutsu Kaisen, aka Sorcery Fight, is coming to an end despite everybody's protests, right? But Gege, he seems sort of hell-bent on gaslighting himself into thinking he's actually going to do it, right? Now, the consequence of this delusion is that Gege is writing it like that, right? He doesn't know that it's a joke, he doesn't know that it's a bit, and it's bumming everybody out, right? Now, unfortunately, we have to prepare for the possibility that this might not, in fact, be a bit. I know, shocking with Gege, but we have to entertain it for the sake of this conversation, right? If we say JJK has 30 more chapters in it before Gege calls the curtain, is that enough?
I mean,
like how we feel on the Sukuna fight.
I don't even see how we can end the story in 30 chapters.
You tell him, please,
tell
bro.
him, let him know that.
Feel
Yeah.
your Kreams, bro.
Listen, bro. If you just kill Kenjaku in a chapter or two. Listen, if you give Kenjaku the same treatment he gave Yuki, and you wrap up that whole story in 2 to 3 chapters, yes, you probably can. You can probably pull it off as long as you're minimalistic with Kenjaku.
If Gojo gives Sukuna the Hanami treatment, imagine just
It's like, all right, purple
blows
die,
him
bro.
up against a wall. He's like, it's over. Stop messing with me. Just
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I just
Mm.
there's so much about what Gege still has left to do, and the time I think he needs to do it, that I feel like there's going to be this Venn diagram, right, where the middle is going to be A, huge, and B, Gege mostly disagreeing with my estimates, right? Because let's make a small list, right? Number 1, this fight with Sukuna. We're only 3 or 4 chapters in. BR and I remember we were talking, when this fight first started, we were given estimates about how long we think this would last. And the bare minimum number we landed on for this fight was 15.
Bare minimum number I landed on. Don't piggyback off my pick, bro.
I
What did he say?
I still
40?
got
Did-
this. I
did
still have the
Kreams say
screenshot of you saying
45?
he said 4, bro.
I
Kreams is
said
smoking.
7. But that was mostly because, I was trying to get in Gege's head, right? Get in the mind of a guy gaslighting himself, because I'm a professional.
True.
That being said, I got that hope in me, right? I got that that strong desire of I want to see more than 5 chapters of the Sukuna Gojo fight that Gege's been hyping since chapter 2, right? Am I weak for that? Who knows, right? Who knows if my faith is misplaced? But I want 15, right? 15's a
Chad is
nice.
saying
We're saying we're getting a
15.
max of 10? Nah, bro. You're
Here's the thing.
sleeping.
Here's the
Marky
thing.
got 8.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right? People are saying 15's crazy, right? But we can all agree that in terms of fights, this is maybe top 3 most built up to in the
Yeah.
series,
It's top
right? Maybe you can
1,
only
yeah.
you could say that Yuji versus Sukuna is more built up to, and I wouldn't have a problem with it, right? I think that's fine. I think that's I think you could say that literally since Sukuna incarnated into him, this whole story has been leading to that. Sure, fine, right? It is wild to me to think that Yuji and Mahito has to get over double the chapters of Gojo versus Sukuna, because that entire fight in Shibuya was a 12-chapter process.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe if you want to lower it and say 11 because it only really starts in chapter 121, sure, fine, right? But from 121 to 132, Yuji and Mahito are just straight throwing fucking hands, right? Now, I'm just going to present this idea. I humbly and personally think Gojo versus Sukuna is a bigger fight than Yuji versus Mahito. Hot take,
Wow,
crazy, I know,
steaming,
wild, right? But
I
here's what I'm saying, bro. Yuji and Mahito could get 12. Gojo and Sukuna can get 15. Come on, bro. Listen, I need the old
Maki and
Shonen
Naoya
back.
got 8.
Yeah, Yuta and
we don't
Sendai
need
got
more than
7. Yuda and Sendai got 7. Like, come on, bro. Like, Kaweekin, that was a different Gege. See, that is also a possibility. And if you guys are saying it's crazy because Gege don't write that same way, I could understand it. I really could.
But I'm not gonna be happy about it, you know?
But like I could listen, I'll say this. Not I could understand Gege. Push him to the side for a second. I can understand why you now have that perspective, sure, right? But here's the thing.
Gege is unpredictable.
Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing, right? 4 to 5 chapters in. Domain has been used once. Sukuna's true abilities have been used 0 times. Right?
Uh-huh.
Do we really think Sukuna is either going to lose without using his full power, or that he's going to win without using it? Because here's the thing, right? If anybody's going to get Sukuna to reveal his technique for the first time, it's going to be Gojo, right? So that means what we have to see is potentially, now this would break my heart, but Gege doesn't give a fuck about that, right? So potentially we would see the last Shikigami. We could also see all of Sukuna's, like, what that, like, open even fucking was, right? Which by itself could constitute 2 chapters, one of which being where we actually see it, the second or even the first being explaining it, and then we see its application later, right? And then we just need to see them
of him opening it.
And then just different hand movements. Yes sir, yes sir. But like Gege just has a writing style that like lends itself to explaining shit very in depth, right? Like Maharaga's adaptation ability was explored for like 2 chapters straight, right? So if the King of Curses, like, if his technique can't be, it, like, how should I put this? If his technique is not explored with similar depth to Maharaga's, I'm gonna just side-eye Gege, right? And that's ignoring the fact that he has curse tools, or at least did in the past, right? That's ignoring all of that shit, all of the stuff Sukuna might have up his sleeve, and all the reserves that Gojo may have, right? I'm just saying, like, say we have Gojo this next chapter, he just beats up on Sukuna a little bit, right? He gets his licks in back. Cool, fine, whatever. And then Sukuna's like, all right, I'm going to open up my technique. That's at least 3 more chapters, right? Giving us... Like,
and this is assuming Gojo is absolutely getting, like, washed the entire time, right? This is assuming 0 Gojo response or retaliation chapters, right? It feels like... Okay. Unless this is the end for Gojo, right? This last chapter that we got is the end of Gojo, and the rest is just Sukuna being like, you know what? It's time to, finish the job. Whips out, that Chimera Shadow, the Malevolent Shadow Garden, whatever, right? And he's like fully putting the pause on Gojo, and it's like it's actually Gojover, right? Then I feel like there's no other excuse to take less than 5 more chapters.
And like people are like, that's so much of the manga. It's cool. Do you know how long of the manga we've been waiting for the fight? The entire thing.
Do you know what percentage of the manga has been the culling game? Like,
bro, Jesus.
39%
it's still not over.
And then the other 39% is, or like 40% was Shibuya, and then you've got 20% that was beforehand. Like, chill out, bro. You've only watched like, chill out. Like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
No one does. Like, it's in Gege's brain, bro. Like,
yeah, and all I'm saying is we have a precedent for like these massive fights being long, right? Yuji versus Mahito. That was built up to for a long time. That was a massive dynamic. That was a massive, like, antagonistic relationship. And to me, Gege making that shit go on for 11 chapters is appropriate. It is a big fight. We need some big action, right?
We need
some of those chapters, if you go back and just read, is just straight fucking hands with like almost no explanation, right? Like there are two, 3 or 4 chapters out of that entire fight where Yuji and Mahito are barely talking. They're just throwing shit at each other, man. They're just hitting each other in the face hard a lot all the time. And you're telling me we can't see Gojo versus Sukuna do that? Come on now, bro.
We're still watching Sukuna and Gojo use heaps of curse energy. I'm waiting until they run out and they start getting low and they're just bare fisting each other.
Like,
yeah, bro. All I'm saying is like you got to put it like this: Sukuna has used the same technique. Okay, you know what? Sukuna has used less abilities on Gojo than he did on Jogo and Maharaga. Okay.
Technically on Yorozu as well, because he was using like new Shinigami.
He used the rabbits on Yorozu.
Like,
so funny. Where do you go?
I think what I need is for both of them to just give everything to the fight, right? The problem is these losers have so much to show, and that's Gege's fault. Like, especially Sukuna. Like, okay, bro, you want to end this fight in less than 10 chapters? Don't put him in Megami's body. Don't give him 10, 11, more abilities to use like that.
Yeah.
And that's, by the way,
other things should. Okay.
Sorry, that's not
go
even
ahead, sorry.
including. That's not even including him using the shadows to travel like Megami, or the domain.
Fair enough. Yeah. Those other fights showed things like character growth for Yuji and Mahito. I mean, both Sukuna and Gojo's characters can grow from a fight. Like, they don't have to. You're posing it as if it is necessary that neither Sukuna nor Gojo change at all during this fight or impacted by their battles. When how you guys remember how Gojo got this strong, right? It was by another guy beating the piss out of him. And then he came back really strong after learning something. You know how like JJK characters actually tend to get really, really strong when they're pushed to their absolute limits? Oh, no, not that series. Okay, for sure, a different one. I mean, what are we really doing? I mean, bro, from chapter 3, Sukuna said, I want to smoke with you.
Mm-hmm.
With you.
Now he's got the smoke. He's gonna smoke for a while.
He's here, bro. They're right in front of each other.
I mean, and neither of them is like Russian, like because the problem is with Sukuna, right? He's putting half of his best feet forward, if that makes sense, right? He's got 2 good feet. He only put one forward. Gojo survived. It's time for him to like put the other one in, right? With Megami's techniques. And for Gojo, him finding out that his curse technique is better than Sukuna's feels like a new part of the fight, right? It gives him a new like a rejuvenation. We'll call that a second wind, right?
Yeah.
It still feels like both of them still have more to give. On top of that, I think it was Gege through the commentators. I can't believe I just called the other characters commentators. Oh my god.
They are kind of.
I mean, like,
I wonder
Loki,
if there's like a live stream they're talking over. I wonder if they are.
Bro, they should monetize. I know May monetize that shit.
She's making billions off this.
I don't know what she thinks is gonna happen with her. Like, I don't know how she thinks she's cashing out if Gojo loses, but hey, that seems like a problem for her to deal with. Anyway, all that being said, right? Gojo and Sukuna both have been stated to have like another one in them, domain wise, right? They still have more aces up their sleeve. Sukuna a little bit more so, granted, but I can't see them burning out completely in the next 1 or 2 chapters.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, right? I can acknowledge that Gege's writing style could lead to the fight ending sooner than I think, while also saying that I think this fight is more than deserving of a long battle, right? Like, sure, if you want to say Gege's, someone mentioned, kind of jokingly, I assume that's the old Gege, right? Sure, fair, fine. He doesn't necessarily write in the same style as he did before Shibuya and in the Shibuya incident arc, fair. But here's the thing. I'm just saying from a build-up to sort of like payoff climax perspective, I don't really think it's crazy for a fight that has been built up to, for 99% of the manga, to get the payoff that other fights have gotten.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I feel about that. M3D, thank you for the 5, by the way. Imagine if the fight was actually commentated, though, by a diehard Gojo fan on one side and a diehard Sukuna fan on the other.
Bro, who's the Sukuna fan?
Hello, are you...
Joe Rogan.
Hold on.
No.
You're on the Honored Ones podcast. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm Ronan.
Oh, I thought he meant in. No, I thought he meant in canon. I was like, wait, who?
No, he did. I'm telling M3D. I'm saying hi, hello. You got that. I'm right here. Don't worry. But yeah, you can't have that in series, but you got the next best thing.
Anyway,
yeah. Let's see.
Sleeping
Danger. Thank you for 35. Question: are these your hopeful thoughts or your realistic thoughts? Because those are 2 different things. Hopeful is 15. Realistic is like 9.
Yeah. I'm hoping for an even 10 at least. Like, if he gives me 10 and it's a well executed, plausible 10, I'm gonna feel satisfied. I hesitate because I feel like the only way he can make a satisfying 10 chapters is by omitting those flashbacks we predicted when he did the time skip.
What if we were to skip away, like with what happened when
Well, then
Gojo was fighting against Hanami?
I'm not
and
mad at
stuff?
that
Yeah,
as long as
but
it
that's
just
a
doesn't
pause,
impede on
yeah.
the fights.
See, that's more of a
Yeah,
more of a
like I mean,
pause,
like it goes to the other guys and they're starting to like rough up, Kinjaku, or they're heading
Yeah.
that way, and they're
But-
For sure.
like,
Yeah, I wouldn't
she's
be mad
back
at that.
for 4
Yeah.
chapters.
But I-
into
but
the
I
training
also-
or something,
Yeah, but I also wouldn't count
Yeah.
it towards the overall like Gojo versus Sukuna chapter count, if that makes sense. It seems more
Yeah,
like,
no, neither would I.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah, it
like
doesn't
it
have
would
to be
go away from the
consecutive.
fight number. You know what I mean? It would be like
Mhm.
I can't remember what the name of the fight's called again, but it's number 4 right now. It would go away and it would be like another chapter name entirely, and then when it came back, it would be number 5.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember that either. Man,
It's like the longest chapter name I think he's ever done. It's like the most magnificent fight or something. I can't.
Oh,
remember.
Gege. Do you mean this most recent chapter?
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
this-
Like
this shit was-
Sukuna
hold on,
versus
he-
Gojo fights.
Yeah. Ah, fuck. Let me see if I can find the other translation for it. Because this one says Inhuman Makio Shinjuku Showdown Part 4. Like, it's just
Yeah, that's what I
bullshit, bro. He's
mean.
just saying, like, he literally
just saying
he,
words.
he bro typed in JJK keywords and then just threw them up onto a chapter.
dude, SEOing your own manga is so crazy.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sort of how I feel about this Gojo versus Sukuna fight. You know what it is? With all these hiatuses, I can't help but feel like I'm getting more time to be nervous than I'd like, because when the chapters are dropping weekly, right, we're like, all right, we'll see how this goes on. Next chapter, we're kind of in the moment, right? But with these hiatuses, it feels like, hey guys, what are we doing? Like, we're giving Gege time to think about how to screw us over. Let's stop.
Man's literally having a week off, like having a break.
Like-
You're just here, like he's trying to screw us over.
Literally, it's like, wait, no,
There's a
no.
second agenda to this.
No, he's
this break
you know what
week.
he's doing on this break? He's planning out like he's going. He's like, oh, I plan 40 more chapters of content. Wait, I have all this free time. Let me think about it more logically. What can be cut? And then it's like dash this one too.
It's got
this
10 chapters.
Yep.
He comes down, he's like, no, bro. 5 chapters. Sukuna
Yep.
beats Gojo here. Yuji beats Sukuna,
I-
obviously.
I retire.
and then
here.
What about
Kinjaku
the
loses to
time
Kinjaku.
skip?
There were
Fuck the
time
time
skip.
skip. Get it
Yeah,
out
fuck
of
the
here.
time skip, bro. We skipped time for a reason, right? Hello, time skip. I skipped over it. I don't have to cover it anymore.
Look, if I will say, if JJK ends in 2023 with how many with assuming no more hiatuses, which
Just
you know
6
whatever,
months to go
right?
as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's like what 36, 40 chapters. Yeah,
What?
no, 6 months.
Oh, he's not-
no, we could only get.
No, you're not.
In
You're
the
not
next
getting
6
anywhere near
months.
40.
Yeah.
You're getting
You're
less
getting
than.
20.
You're getting
Yeah.
less than. Yeah, you're getting less than 30.
Yeah, there's
And
no
that's
way.
if he doesn't take any breaks and he goes
Yeah.
up to the last week. So the
Getting,
options
like,
are
19, maybe.
yeah. So the option is go over the year. You
Literally.
fucking tricked me.
Yep.
I was.
I don't see how this ends in 19 chapters. Like, it's crazy to
Dude,
me.
let's just hope Gege agrees with us.
Gege's, he's
Okay.
determined.
So this is a comment from Soap because Soap's been a pretty in the chat. He's been a pretty
Please, Lemillion.
big proponent of like the fight being short being okay. Have you ever watched other famous samurai battles? The final, basically, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. The gist of it is something like a fight being very quick and not drawn out doesn't make it bad, and that's fine. But like
I want to see everything, right? Like the problem.
in certain contexts, like I bet you wouldn't be fine if Gojo versus Sukuna ended in a chapter, right?
No.
Oh, but it being short doesn't make it bad. But like
Right.
obviously there's context to that you have to apply.
What do you?
Like I'll put it like this.
What do you guys
right?
think of like the Hisoka versus Crollo fight?
Dude, that
for
was
example?
heat,
That's
right.
only 8 chapters or 7 chapters.
Right,
long,
but the problem
but
with
it's super dope.
you know, one of the reasons it was dope though, Diavolo, because Crollo cheating in the way that he did was like just preparing a very anti-Hisoka strategy, right? So there's like a canonical reason the fight is shorter than it would have been had Crollo gone in
Also,
like fair.
it's not
True,
finished.
True.
That's the other
True,
thing.
true.
The Hisoka
Uh,
versus Crollo fight isn't over.
No, like just
Yeah,
speaking
good
in the
point,
Heavens
good point.
Arena, just that.
No,
section
that's
of the
that's not what I mean. I'm saying the reason
it's
you
still
can
got
probably
hands
get
to throw.
away with like, and first of all, I think the fight is satisfying on its own,
That's
right?
what-
But I
yeah.
think the reason you
Yeah.
can get away with it is because like even if you wanted more content, Hisoka and Crollo are both alive, and they
Right.
both want to kill each other.
So
So
they're
like,
gonna run it
sure,
back,
if
yeah.
Gojo versus Sukuna ended in 5 chapters, but they both survive, and they're like, we're running this shit back in like as soon as I find you. Sure, round 1 can end quickly, but like that would still mean that the fight or that conflict as a whole exists in a longer stretch of time. So
yeah,
either way. Oh yeah.
Man, I got my faith in Gege.
My couples theory. My Diavolo couples therapy. I read that as theory. I was like, oh no, what do I have to theorize now?
Look,
Couples therapy. Hell yeah. I'll look after them.
appreciate you, Diavolo. You know, hasn't been the same.
Anytime.
Same, bro.
You guys can just talk to me about the problems you have.
Yeah, I just don't know where to find divorce papers, bro. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I
that's been intentional. I've been hiding them.
Okay.
It's sort of like with summons or subpoenas. They have to actually know that it's you before like legally giving them to you. So as long as
That's not like a very serious legal answer. I'm not gonna. I was like, I was thinking, I'm like, is this part of the bid, or did this motherfucker just give me a fun fact? Like I was
Google's law.
both. I killed
like,
2 birds with
Jesus,
1
bro.
stone, bro. That's a real fun fact. You know, just as long as you never confirm that it's actually you, they just can't give it to you.
Fair enough, bro.
And they they like dress up as pizza delivery guys. Like people wait outside. Like they can trick you to get that response. So you got to be careful.
The Pineapple Express guy. Fuck Seth Rogen from Pineapple Express. He was the subpoena dude. He'd go around dressing up as people.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I remember that.
It's like a whole hustle.
Rolling around.
Anyway.
Oh, what a job! Imagine being that though. That'd be something else.
It'd have to pay.
Rolling up to someone's house as like a doctor. Oh, I guess that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
like a
actually,
delivery agent or something.
Do you think the part of the reason they can go that far is like they get a commission based on like how much effort it takes or something? Because I imagine signing off the like the costumes and shit just like on your taxes or something, like it was a business expense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you're a contractor and you have to buy your own costumes. Like, what's going on here?
How are y'all feeling if Gege does, in fact, you know, Doomsday scenario, 25 chapters later, end of JJK? How are y'all feeling about the story in that event?
We'll see, bro. I can't.
Ooh.
I can't say, bro, because
it depends. Like, I'll just say this, right? I have 3 agendas that I hold near and dear to my heart. And I've shed the excess, bro, on some fucking Gentetsu and some Gentetsu side like Tao shit, right? I've shed the excess. I've shed the burden. Cool, fine, whatever. If none of those 3 are achieved, I think I might actually just fucking snap. But if those 3 are achieved, I will have harsh criticisms of the series, but still probably come out loving it.
So you want to recap them real quick?
My agendas?
Yeah.
Kashimo has to have a good fight against Sukuna.
Okay.
Megumi has to come back and do some crazy shit, and Miwa needs to box, bro. Miwa needs to box for real. Those are my 3 agendas.
I'm curious if
right now it's looking more and more like Kashimo's about to kill Sukuna. To me, anyway.
God, bro, Kashimo killing Sukuna I would fall to my knees, not out of despair, but like just pure disbelief at what happened, bro.
Dude.
I would cry out to God and thank him for answering my prayers.
Bro,
The idea of like Sukuna getting badly injured and then Kashimo, like Yuji or someone looking over in the room and being like, yo, where's he gone?
Bro.
And this is, you just see on the screen just a bolt of lightning or something.
Oh, actually,
you know?
wait, hold on,
sick.
guys. Okay, you just made me think of something fucking hilarious, right? You know that scene with Yuji and Mahito where, you know, the Amu scene, right? But he's like the rabbit in the snowstorm thing with the wolf?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Gege circles back to that with Sukuna and there's no Kenjaku to save him, oh,
no way,
dude.
bro. He wouldn't let Sukuna go out like that, bro. That's crazy.
It would
That's
be
crazy.
insane.
That's crazy.
You know, I don't think he will. It's, yeah, I like thinking like different ways he could get moved, or Gojo could get moved and stuff. It's too good.
Dude,
but
I feel like
they're
sometimes
gonna do it to each other.
sometimes I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with JJK, bro. Like, there's so much shit sometimes, and I'm like, I feel like it was just left on the cutting room floor. Like, someone mentioned the Heian era flashback, and I'm just like,
Oh my god.
I
thought you were
what could have
Yoruichi.
been, bro? What could
Yeah.
have been? But then I just think about some hype shit, right? I'll think about Yuta and Sendai and be like, God, Gege just got me in this
Yeah.
cycle, bro. He won't let
Dude,
me go until the series ends, and
look,
it
bro.
pisses me off sometimes.
I'm gonna prepare my gaslight no jutsu real quick, all right? If Gege comes to his senses about his insane timetable, and he's like, you know, I got another year in me. Let me give him this Heineira flashback. Oh, I might forgive him for half the stuff
See
he did.
7 people looking like Gojo. It's like, what? 8
bro.
people looking like Tengen or something. Well, what?
I'll
Why have
even
they got 4 arms?
Bro, I'll even take like a spin-off manga or something. Just give me
Yeah.
give me
Just give me
something.
Chat, listen, all I'm saying is, for everybody that's doubting the Megami agenda, do your thing, bro. Just pray it doesn't happen, because I promise you I'm banning you. The instant, I swear to me, bro, the instant Megami even shows his fucking face in the manga, bro. Everybody who said he's done, he's gone, he's out of the series, you're banned. You're banned. And I promise you I've been taking notes, bro. I promise you I know who you are. Like, listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I just gotta hold that. I just gotta be depressed. Whatever, bro. I am erasing you from existence, I swear. Pray you're right. Pray that I'm wrong, bro. Because I am a vengeful, vindictive person. I am petty. I will follow through, bro.
Bro, you?
I'm either right and you die, or I'm wrong and I do, bro. Like, one of us is gonna survive this. We'll see who.
We just need Gege to also and like talk about his mum, like talk about Yuji's mum more. We need to know what happened there. Like, we need to know.
Yeah. I
We
want
just need to
yeah.
know.
I want Gege to release like a side story thing that's like rated mature, just so I could see how dedicated Kenjaku was. Like I want to see what he did for the cause. Like, because it can't just be as simple as
anime episode, like
right. It just. Well, like how badly did he want to see this thing beyond himself? You know, like I want.
Right, and what is it again? And I'll bring it up. The what he says in 221 just makes this so much better.
What did he say?
He's like, where he's hating on Tengen. Let me get it up. It's too good. Like you actually, it's brilliant. 1 second.
Hey, bro, listen, Sleeping Danger, don't do this. I actually like you, bro. Please do not doubt the Megami agenda. I don't want to have to ban you if I'm right, bro. Please, don't do this. I like seeing you in chat. Don't do this to me. If I'm right, I don't want to have to ban you. I will, but I don't want to have to, bro. You're a Miwa supporter, so you're clearly elite. I don't want to have to do this. But yeah.
Oh, this is it, bro. We're Kinjaku's like, he despises people who know the feel, like, who never know the feeling of approaching their ideal step by step. He loves the idea of taking each part of his plan step by step, if you know what I mean. Like, he loved it. Every single step of his plan. He hates Tengen for it.
bro loved the process. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because literally in the next one he's like, I'm talking to you, Tengen. Like, he didn't go through the steps of his plan.
Imagine
Kinjaku,
being like
every step.
Tengen, you don't know how good that shit felt. Oh my god, I'd do it again if I could. Let me run it back.
That's actually insane.
Bro, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Kinjaku didn't take Yuki's body afterwards and be like, "All right, time for round 3. Yuji and Chose are gonna have another sibling."
Oh my god, what
sibling.
are you?
Oh my God.
What? Jesus. Yeah. Flipping Teacher said, "I believe in the Megami agenda for some reason now." Yes, sir. And that screenshot will get you saved into heaven, brother. All right. Yeah.
Pearly gates opening.
Yeah, bro. Listen. I'm going to eliminate you from the death note, okay? Now, if I'm wrong, you got to die with me, unfortunately. That's kind of how this whole thing works. But if you're right, if you're right, bro.
To be disfigured.
If you're right, God, bro, if I'm right, just block me. Just block me, bro. Because there might not be a tweet for the next year that does not have the word Megami in it, bro. I'm sorry.
The next year. Oh no, he 100% he's coming back. Like, no way he's dead. They ain't doing the Nobara on us like that.
Don't remind me of Nobara. Don't remind me that he would do that to a main trio character, bro. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. Good happy thoughts, bro. Good happy thoughts. That's all I need. That's all I need. Nah, but yeah, bro. JJK is like I say this all the time. I am the biggest fan of the series that has the most criticism. I love that series to death, and I will defend it from a lot of bullshit. But like also, Gege, put your paws up. I have to fight you.
Yeah.
Because
You got a lot to answer for.
You be making me mad sometimes, man. You be getting me angry. It's weird. It's tough, bro. It's really wild out here. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah. Jesus. Anybody else, Creams? I know you're a doomer. Never mind. You're gonna be like JJK's finished. Blah 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 blah.
I don't want it to be.
What do you think about JJK? Are you optimistic, bro? How you
You
feeling?
know, I'm optimistic, dude. I want it to at least till the end of at least till the year. No, that's what I like. At least there's so much that needs to be explained, which will probably explain like halfway throughout fights and everything, which is what seems to be happening recently, or like in between fights where they stop and do stuff for a moment. That's kind of what where I'm seeing stuff will be explained that I want to know, and it has been so far. Like we do usually get things explained to us, but it's just a while later. You know, he just waits a good 2 years before explaining what he meant earlier.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's.
But I honestly think we've got a while to go. I don't see how I can see how it'll end in this year, but I don't expect it to.
Again, let's hope.
Expect 2024.
Gege agrees with that. Like
let me. Okay, go ahead.
Bro, I'm sorry.
He's gonna see these anime sales, bro, and he's gonna be
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Shit.
You know
what have I done?
You know what? You might be onto something, Diavolo, because I'm thinking about it, right? Maybe Gege's about his bag first, right? Maybe that's the main motivation. Because I'm thinking maybe that season 2 check might be a little bit more robust, and he might reconsider, depending on how many zeros are on
Season
there.
1 happened, and he was like, I'm worth a lot more than what you paid me.
I'm worth more.
Like, yeah, good point.
Did he?
Point.
Is that a real
Money.
story?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just know they pay. Sometimes they pay like hardly anything for the rights to use the show.
Oh.
And usually, what will happen is the mangaka makes the money through the anime bringing people to the manga. So like that's how the mangaka will usually get money. Like they'll get paid like maybe $100,000 for the rights to the show or something. You know, like, I think Demon Slayer they got paid $50,000 and they got the rights to the show.
Wow.
But then the manga went and was like the best-selling manga of all time. You know, like those specific years, or not all time, but best-selling manga of those specific years.
Sell, bro. Unfortunate. All right, let me ask you guys a question. This is gonna really show me how much hope. Nobara coming back. Are we still holding on to that agenda as community? Because I still am, bro.
Dude,
I've made a video on it, which means I have to stand by it, bro.
Here's the problem with the Nobara thing. With Nobara coming back right now, right? Excluding the shit that we have left to cover, excluding the rest of this fight, excluding like when Gege wants to end the series, putting all that aside, just for right now. What is she doing? Like
Resonance, bro.
On who?
Other than that, Sukuna. Well, hello.
Yes, no. If they pull out a cursed like Nobara corpse or something, and maybe that's the mechanism for it, you might convince me, right? But right now, I don't see how. I don't see what Nobara is doing that like maybe Yuji, Yuta, Hikari, and Maki can't do right now.
Hey, bro, her ability is literally primed for it. That's all I'm saying. She deadass did the same shit with Mahito, even though he's a lot stronger than her. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I think she'll probably come back, but it's like 50-50 at this point now. 50% she ain't coming back. 50% she is. It's so because there is like a good reason for her to come back.
Yeah, but listen,
they also just don't need her anymore because she's pretty weak in the grand scheme of things, you know, and like she'd probably get murked if she went up against anyone.
Yeah, Sukuna would need to be at like 2% of his power for Nobara's attack to do some damage.
That's just not how resonance works, bro. I'm sorry to tell you, that's just not how the technique works. I don't know what to say.
Anyway.
I don't know what to say.
Satchel
Should have
Harding.
learned that when Gabby started resonating with Rien's flower Dow and Hell's Paradise, bro. They just started resonating and he just turned into flowers because of it.
God.
Resonances.
First Miwa, now this.
Interesting thing.
I'm surrounded by crazy people. Anyway. Satchel Harding, thank you for the 5. You guys get the choice to smash one of these anime women, but the end result is that you die. The girls are Mereoleona, Yoruichi, and Mount Lady.
You put Mereoleona with the big dogs, bro, and that's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, Mount Lady's not really a big dog, but
yeah,
I'm crawling up in there, bro. It's like a
Mount Lady. I was surprised the Mount Lady even made the cut.
Yeah, Mereoleona. Listen, Black Clover Lady getting cut before Mountain Lady. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm not lying.
Look,
that's one thing, you know.
Look, my answer is Yoruichi, but I can't express to you how definitive.
That's kind of weird.
Hold on. I can't express to you how emphatic of a yes for Yoruichi, right? Like I can't get it across and still be monetized on this podcast. All right.
Can I have the option of like not doing any of the above and surviving?
I was also thinking about that, but if it's like if I have to, right? Like if I'm dying either way, all right.
Listen, bro. Yoruichi can visit me in Soul Society, yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Damn, I died. All right.
When I
run it back.
Yeah, when I tell you they would have to wait like 3 weeks to kill me after like that, maybe that's what I'll be done, but I might already be dead from dehydration, a heart attack.
You don't even understand the amount of spiritual pressure I've got when I'm around you.
Jesus,
it's crazy.
Look, bro, I'm probably gonna forget to like eat and sleep if Yoruichi is my answer.
I will say though I'd prefer living if possible. Thank you.
Yes.
None of that is worth death.
Yes.
Creams doesn't agree with this.
I actually agree strongly. But again, if the death is like happening either way, right? That's my answer. Still, wait, BR, you're so for you it's Yoruichi, Mereoleona, then Mount Lady.
That is literally not at all what I said. Yoruichi, Mountain Lady, Mereoleona. Mereoleona shouldn't even be on the list. Mereoleona shouldn't be on anyone's list.
She'll murder you.
Okay. What's that got to do with me? That don't make her more attractive.
Wait, what if we exchange Mereoleona for like Vanessa?
Mereoleona, that's what I'm saying.
For who?
Vanessa.
From Black, bro. There's no Black Clover character that should be on the list. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, fine.
Aren't they like all underage or really old?
I think the two that were mentioned were both like normal age adults.
I mean, Yoruichi's like 1,000 years old, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's big chillin'. Yeah, Mount Lady's like 28. She's just a normal human.
What's that? Revi greater than Mereoleona. I mean, duh. Grass is green, sky is blue. Like, come on, we get it.
Mero is fine.
Yeah, she gave you CTE, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. She punched the shit out of you. Because
you don't remember anything that happened.
Because that is a take, bro. That is a take. Sister Lily. I guess they're just better choices.
I mean, I got one. So this one, Urza.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not moved.
All right, any fair Lucy.
I'm not moved.
No. Bro,
Kubo's just so clear in this category, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Kubo, yeah.
Kubo is just like it's unambiguous, bro.
All right, guys.
But still, Mount Lady's there, bro. Can't pass her up.
Now's the time to reveal. Now is not the time to reveal what I was gonna reveal. Never mind.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know what you were about to say. Yeah. Listen.
All I'm gonna say is we need to get this members wall up so like we can really go crazy.
That is not what that members wall is up for, buddy.
We might. It's a conversation we could have after the podcast, but yeah. Bro, all I'm saying is, you and I have been like leashed, right? But by you and I have both been held back, right? By YouTube's like insane notion that videos have to be public and free for people to just witness, right? Without like making sure that you know who they are, just so you both know that you're on the same page with the content.
Yeah, no. Chad, I just want to let you know, YouTube guidelines are actually very, very, very comforting at the moment. I don't feel like I'm restricted at all.
No,
That's just
bro,
Kreams, all right?
suffocating. That's the word you use, right?
Yeah, no, not at all.
This is
yeah.
like because you have to.
Members get to hear Kreams
love
OP
how-
YouTuber takes. Yeah, we can do that.
And
That's
we can-
fine.
yeah.
I'll let that slide.
Bro, y'all have no idea like the kind of tier list I've been trying to make with this guy, but no, he's like only if it's paywall.
Yes, they do.
Literally.
They literally no. First of all, they do know the type of tier list, right? And I'm sorry, I don't want to be associated with the Frieza and Ghetto fan, bro. My apologies. You're a flight risk.
All I said was Frieza's the best character in Dragon Ball, and I get sideways looks, right? Like that.
And you said it's because of his opinion on the Saiyans.
I
Yes,
did.
I remember.
Okay, all right. Now that's crazy. First of
It
all,
is crazy.
First of all,
Why'd you say it then?
First of all, Rutanian, it wouldn't be called uncensored. It'd actually be called Honored Ones After Dark.
Okay, bro. Anywho, yeah. Thank you for your super chat, and that got us down this rabbit hole.
Yes, actually,
yeah,
thank you.
dude. Did someone mention a One Piece character in this discussion?
Yes, sir.
Really lock in, bro. Really think about your. Oh my god, bro.
Yes, sir.
Oda
Based.
ain't in this conversation, bro.
Not only is he in this conversation,
Listen, go
he's
talk
putting
about
up
world
numbers.
building or some shit,
How
bro.
much beat of my life is when I don't read One Piece. It's like
It literally, you literally do.
Oh, speaking of One Piece,
Become a better
BR,
person.
where's that Marineford stream? Buddy?
Nowhere. And trust me, you do not have the capacity to pressure me into doing it either. You are 1,000 years too early to pressure me into doing anything, Kreams. Keep taking notes on how I do it, and we'll figure that out. How about this? Where are your uploads, buddy?
All right, fair.
Where
Guys,
is that?
oh no.
you know, BR makes an excellent point. Let's not pressure him about this. You know, these
Let's
things
see,
take
1
time.
month.
These
Interesting.
things take time. You know, you can't rush creative genius.
Interesting. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So, just a little demonstration, just to let you know, you're not that guy yet. All right, you need a little bit more training. Put me in a
Super
room with
Saiyan
Robin.
one, yeah.
You're gonna need 10 people to hold me down. Have you considered?
Robin? You mean Batman's fucking
Or-
partner?
No,
No,
bro.
That's
it's One Piece
crazy,
character,
bro.
One
That's
Piece character.
nah,
One Piece
Oh.
character.
nah, he means Batman's partner. Dude. That's
God,
crazy.
yeah, I was thinking that too. Then I thought
someone
it,
called the cops.
God, then I thought it was a typo for Ronin. And I got like double panicked. I was like, hold up,
That
bro.
trust me, I wouldn't have even read it, bro. I would have just deleted it and moved on with my life.
But there's no way of like knowing for sure unless he sent like a follow-up chat saying that. You know what I mean?
Listen, bro. If I had the impression that was the case, I would have moved on, bro. One Piece people be having long ass necks. I mean, bro, their proportions are just like, what are we doing, man? Like,
And-
can we be honest? Can we be serious? Like, yeah, Creams, sure.
Xenolith, by the way, you're
Bro,
absolutely
they want to make a
spitting.
live action out of that. Like,
He's
how are you
he's a
gonna do
Neanderthal, bro.
Listen,
He-
Xenolith, look, when I tell you that tier list, that Mount Rushmore is gonna be life-changing for you, I mean it.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
blue-
bro.
Okay, y'all know ball. Okay, I'm back on your side, guys. I'll admit that poll, that book club poll, kind of got me looking at you a little sideways, but I'm back in. All right.
Book club poll. What are you?
Someone
reading
said
this
BR
week,
hasn't
eh?
met Big Mom yet, bro. You're insane. You're clinically
Big Mom.
insane.
No, that one's actually
I mean-
crazy. You gotta apologize for that one.
Insane, bro.
Anyway,
Insane.
I think that's pretty much it. Just Gege, please give us what we want. It's not a big ask. Pretty please.
Don't cuck us and in the series without giving us everything, please.
Also, Blue Akuma, we already talked about JJK. This is it. We're wrapping up.
Yeah.
Imagine if he ends the freaking series before even like he's just
Don't
like
e-
the Gojo Sukuna fight finishes, and he's like, "Yep, that's it."
He's just like, no, I'm done. You can't tell me how to end a manga. It's over already.
It's over. It's done.
It's been done. We're bloody done.
I'd probably be like, "Yep, fair enough." Can't wait to
Fair
see
enough,
this in the
fine.
anime, dude. This is gonna be fire. People are gonna be
Fine.
wondering where the next season is for years.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
What happened? No, that's it.
you don't get it anime only. Like, just
Yeah.
Like, screw you.
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah.
that's it. That's Future JJK Talk. That's Hell's Paradise Talk. Thank you to Diavolo for coming out here. We appreciate your company on the stream. Made talking about these series a lot more fun. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you for everybody that came out.
Appreciate you
having me.
Yeah, no problem.
And stay tuned for all the fun member stuff and chapter next week. I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.